There it goes. Phone lit up. We are live. This is fun. This is fun. Wrong account. Wrong account. Hey, how's it going? I'm Crunk Chocolate. That's Tom Bomb. That's Sharpie Charlie. And with us, we brought along so it wasn't so city heavy handed. And when we do these watch alongs, we're gonna try to bring friends in with us. Shady Gang, I feel like you should trust us by now that when we bring in someone else, they're not here to for the like rah rah nonsense. But I mean, if they want to do that, I mean, it's 3 against 1, so do something, Elijah. I dare you.
Bro, hey, I'm chilling. I ain't about that rah. Nah, ain't my style. I got the Twitter fingers. That's about it. That's all I got.
Well, I guess that the way to introducing you to everybody was an interesting one. How's it going? How are you feeling?
Hey, we're chilling. Before this weekend, top of the league.
Yeah, man.
People forget because we're midway through this weekend, but for a moment there, top of the league. So I'm feeling good.
Most goals, baby.
Most goals.
And that's a great way to be number one, too, because it's just like, it's by a tie, but who scored the most goals, though? So
facts.
I mean, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. So, we're chilling over here. Chilling, making moves. We're out here, being active in the transfer window, which, that's still new.
We don't know. We like right now. We don't know nothing about that. Since,
hey, let me tell you, man.
Since our most recent target decided to like, I'm gonna take this yellow, and I'm gonna tell some, hey, bro, you need to bet on this match. I'm gonna get a yellow in this match.
Hey, I can't hate on any bag chasers, so I don't have no comments on that. If you got to chase your bag any way you need to chase your bag. But yeah, that sucks for y'all. I'm just saying, like a couple seasons ago in that Ashley era, it was like crickets the whole transfer window, and then you get in someone on loan. So I'm happy to be active and excited for the season, European football, all that good stuff. So yeah, it should be lit.
Yeah, shouts to that Adidas deal. That Adidas deal's coming for Newcastle, big money.
Oh yeah.
No more story. We're updating our kit, our technology now.
Yeah, I mean, and like the Costori kits were fine. Sure, they were creative, but when a brand comes calling, you got to answer.
Legacy.
Going back to Adidas, that's not gonna hurt.
Champions League. That's what Champions League does.
Did y'all hear how that kind of got leaked? Did you hear the whole thing? It's crazy.
No, I didn't.
Tell the people.
So there's a Amazon like docu-series that's only in the UK right now. It's about Newcastle, and they've been releasing each one every week, like on Friday. And then yesterday, they accidentally released 2 episodes instead of 1. And the second episode, at the end of the episode, it revealed that Adidas was the new kid sponsor for Newcastle, and that was supposed to come out next week. They were going to do like this big campaign and stuff behind it, but like now everybody knows. So it just kind of like this morning they had to like awkwardly tweet out a graphic.
Yes,
that was supposed to be mysterious with like the eyeball emojis and stuff, but everybody knew what was going on. So it's what it is. But yeah.
Fresh
Somebody
off
at Amazon
the
got
course. Look at you.
It's like a wood job.
Yeah, I was Gareth Bale today. I care less about football. Let's talk about golf. I'm Gareth Bale.
I was the driver today.
It all sucks.
I was gonna be the mean one. It was like, how's that putting game going? Because that's always the who.
Man, it's a short game, long game, no game.
Yeah, it all sucks. But I have fun. I got to get it in. I live in Indiana, man. I got to get these golf games in while I can, because before you know it,
the weather turns on us.
Exactly. Fast. So yeah, I'm on my Gareth Bale today, but it's all good. I'm here. If we start losing, I'm gonna run and grab the jersey, throw the jersey on.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yo, we should all come in like a different sport outfit. Everybody. Somebody just come in as like a tennis player. Like, why you got a headband on, bro? Where's your racket? Where you going?
I love it. Shoot. I guess we can get into these starting lineups, especially since Derek just got here. Perfect timing. We'll do cities first. And okay, there we go. It's showing again. We have Ederson at goal, Walker, Akanji, Diaz, Vardiol, Rodri, Kovacic, Foden, Grealish, Alvarez, and Halan. I love it. This is exactly, I guess, yeah, no, this is exactly what I thought was going to come out, which is surprising. Let's start with our guest, Elijah. Seeing this lineup, how does it make you feel?
I mean, it's a Man City lineup. Like, it's. I mean, there's rarely any weak spots. I think Garvadon got some criticism last time he was out, but I mean, other than that, it's the usual suspects. I mean, you always got to be worried in attack with Grealish and Alvarez, and obviously Holland, and Foden's going to do his own thing. Kanji's out there in the back holding it down with Kyle Walker, and then you got Ederson in goal, who by and large one of the best keepers in the world. So I don't know what you want me to say to that. Like, what you want me to find a weakness? Because I can't. So
Sharpie.
I got something for you. So y'all remember the fixture in March when City like played Newcastle and Phil Foden, I feel like had the time of his life against Dan Burn. I think Pep remembered it too, and he said, "You slide out to the right. Have some fun with this guy." But I am concerned about Guardiola versus Almiron when we get to the Newcastle lineup. So like that matchup, I mean, he has Diaz to support him, but that's gonna be really interesting, especially when you think about like Newcastle on the counter, which they're exceptional at. It's a little concerning, but I want to apologize to Crunk and Tarek because clearly, my light skinned brother Calvin Phillips ain't it. Because Kovacic has just come in and said, "No, like I'm starting, bro. Like I'm better than you." Like, Pep knew it from day one, and I hate to see a black man down, but he's a squad player, and that's okay. Everybody has a role. It just won't be in the starting 11 for the Premier League, and that's okay.
And that was all we were saying in the first place, was just like, when can we like start having the conversation?
But here's the thing, though. All I will say to that is you need squad players. Like not everybody is a starter because then everybody would be in discontent. You just need a guy like a Scott Carson as a goalie. He's never going to play, but he's there for vibes. Calvin Phillips, vibes guy.
So that paid a lot for a vibes guy, though. That's all I'll say.
New to transfer guy. New to transfer glove. 40 is nothing. It's really
the other piece for Calvin Phillips is we're only allowed so many non-English or non-British players or whatever. Mm-hmm. So having Calvin Phillips basically says we can't bring in too many more folks that aren't from England. So let's bring in Calvin Phillips, who doesn't take one of those foreign spots, and keep him around because there's benefit to it. We can have an extra player basically. But we'll see.
Kid sells. Hey.
It's all good. It's all love, Cal.
All right.
What you got, Tom?
I think I'm excited because when FotMob listed the lineup for this match, they listed it as a 4-2-3-1 with in the upper midfield Foden, Alvarez, and Grealish. I'm really excited just to see that fluidity between those three players because all three of those players could pop up at all three of those different spots. And I think that the other thing is too, like Silva not being right might have Bernardo not being right might have forced Pep's hand, because I think that this is a match where you do not necessarily want to I personally don't want to press Newcastle. Like that's the match. That's the Elijah. That that's the match that you guys want to play. Like I'm not going to try and press that. Personally, like this is a lineup to say we're going to let you have the ball, and between these four players up top, we have so much interchangeability. Like any of those four could pop up anywhere. When we do decide to hit you on the counter, that's dangerous, and you're not going to know what to do with those spots.
All right. Well, Elijah, how about you read out your team, and then let us know what you see with this and what you think your squad's going to do or attempt to do in this match.
Yeah, same as last week. Nothing crazy. No surprises for the same, like you said. No surprises for me. Nick Pope and goal, Trippier, Sher, Botman, Bird, back four. Midfield three of Bruno, Tonali, and Joelinton with Miggy, Anthony Gordon, and Isak in a 4-3-3. One thing of note last week was um, like Bruno and Tonali were kind of swapping positions between 6 and 8, just depending on who was available, where they were. That's just a little wrinkle that hasn't been something that was instituted last season. So that's kind of one of the smaller differences that you might notice today. But yeah, straightforward lineup, nothing crazy. Isak got to a good start, so that's all you can ask for. He's looking like an absolute dog. So we're chilling.
Who wants to talk about this one first?
Well, no. Real quick
sorry.
question and I apologize, I wasn't here when you were able to introduce yourself. But Harvey Barnes versus Anthony Gordon. What is your thoughts on that? And do you see Harvey Barnes becoming the starter over the course of the season, or do you think Anthony Gordon's better?
Oh, I mean, I personally think Harvey Barnes is better. And I don't really think that's like up for debate. I mean, he had more goal contributions than Anthony Gordon last week. He had more goal contributions last season than Alan St. Maximin has his entire tenure in the Premier League. So I think he's better. But I do know, and it's very weird. Like Eddie Howe he's going to rock with the people and reward people for having good preseasons and good, training camp, all that kind of stuff, or a good run of matches. Until you kind of start to falter off. And so Anthony Gordon had a really good preseason, like the whole summer. He was really good. He went and played for England in U21 like Euros, did really well there. And I think he just was given the opportunity to start, and he played well enough to not lose that spot. And that's kind of how Eddie Howe's been rolling. Like, you may not, you're the guy behind you could come in and score a goal, but you're still probably not losing your spot unless you were just absolutely putrid. But I do think like down the road, because it's always happens, there's going to be a swap, like where Harvey Barnes is probably going to overtake him. And I don't know if Harvey Barnes is going to necessarily lose that spot, but Anthony Gordon also might get moved around. We could see Almiron dropped to the bench or Jacob Murphy dropped to the bench so that Anthony Gordon and Harvey Barnes could play with each other. We saw that last season where Alan St. Maximin was dropped to the bench because Isak and Wilson were both in the form of their life. And so they had to figure out a way to get both of them on the field for as long as possible together. So they played Isak out wide, even though like system-wise didn't make a lot of sense. It worked. I mean, we won a bunch of matches. They were both scoring goals, so you can't knock it. So, yeah, I think they both could play, and Harvey Barnes probably would start over Anthony Gordon if it was up to me.
I see something on the bench as far as, well, first I just want to shout out the midfield. Like that's a big midfield. Those three are monsters.
It's a physical midfield.
Yeah, it's no little boys in here. Like it's grown man business. So Pep basically playing if he does the 4-2-3-1, it's kind of like 5 midfield. So he's trying to like outnumber you all, right? Like he's trying to dominate per usual. I could see Pep, like Tom said, in the low block. What do you think about Tino Livramento on the bench? Like, what do you think his role is for the club? Because he was shining at Southampton before he got injured.
Yeah,
and then he gets injured, comes back. But like, what do you see him doing this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's no pressure for him to contribute immediately, which I think is a great spot to be in when you're young like that. I mean, he's behind Kieran Trippier, so like, it's not like he's gonna. I don't think this season, at least, he's gonna just start over Trippier. I know there's some talk about him potentially playing left back as well. Who knows? I mean, I doubt it, but again, there's not a lot of pressure on him to come in and immediately contribute, which I think is pretty good for a young player. You kind of let them grow into their role and gain some confidence. And then when you're ready to hand them the reins, they're going to be fine. So I think he'll be a good option off the bench. It's going to be interesting because there's not a lot of times, unless we're up, pretty big, or not up pretty, but up, 2 or 3 goals where Trippier gets subbed off. So I'm curious to see like what his role looks like, especially with some other signings on the way, the other left back coming in. So it kind of makes the initial sort of like path to playing time for him a little bit different than anticipated because those left back minutes aren't going to be there anymore. And the right back minutes are mostly Trippier. So definitely a lot of cut matches for him. Maybe some group stage stuff in Champions League, depending on how the group shakes out. Who knows?
Gotcha. Hey, Terry, you see that bench for Man City? You got a lot of your academy like I think 4 academy products up there.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think that's wonderful, right?
Yeah.
well, yeah, kind of again. I think Tom was talking about how Pep's hand is kind of forced with some of the injuries that we've got. With Stones being out, with uh, of course Bernardo being out. Um, there's a couple other folks that off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember,
Oh,
but
KDB's the other one. Yeah,
KDB being out. So there's some big misses there. And so I'm glad that he's got them on the bench. Hopefully, with 5 substitutions, we will see. Uh, if we see 5 substitutions, that means the game has gone well for us, right? Because if it's close or if we're behind, Pep's not going to make those subs. No, I don't care what's happening on the field; he's just not going to make them. So if we get a chance to see any of those folks, then things have gone well, and I'll be excited for it. But if you think about it, outside of, I mean, really, Calvin Phillips, Ake are really the only quote unquote veterans on the bench. So
yeah.
everyone else is super young. And so I don't know if Pep makes any subs this game.
We got a
Almost
U23 team.
almost regardless of what happens. He'll bring Ake on. He may or may not bring Calvin Phillips on. And I don't know that he brings anybody else on. There's no guarantee for anybody else. You're just hoping and praying.
I hope Cole gets some love because I think he's shown that he can play. Like Cole Jermaine is a baller. Um, and if there's a situation where you want to be a little bit more expansive, maybe you want to take off, a midfielder like a Kovacic to like push forward a little bit and drop Phil back into the midfield as an 8. I feel like or 10. Like there's a way to get Cole on the pitch, but yeah, this Crump. We always talk about under 72, over 72. I'll take the over heavy and like under zero point 0.5 subs. Like it'll be like Terry said. I think it'll be very unlikely that this 11 has changed. Barring injury, which hopefully we don't have none.
Yeah, God, we can't
I
afford
could
anymore.
I could see a scenario in which Pep brings in Rico, like at halftime, but that would be like that would be us down like 2-0, like that, and like us letting them have the ball is not going well for us. So I could see a scenario in which that happens. But other than that, yeah, like this is gonna be a 0.5 sub match for sure.
So salt
question
miner,
in the
Luton
chat.
Town for sure.
Oh, Luton.
Bournemouth.
Oh, yes, Bournemouth for sure.
Wolves.
Wolves. Yep.
Relegation station is his battlefield.
Let's
Charge
be
of
honest.
relegation.
We think he's going to start in those matches, or we think he's going to get an appearance in those matches.
I think
Because I don't care who we play. I don't know that Pep is
I
going.
mean, if there's a midweek match and we have one of those people, and
I'm about to say, like, right
It's
now
gonna
it doesn't
be-
look like it.
yes, no, when it's
Yeah,
like once
it's
a
gonna
week,
be-
yeah.
It's going to be a Carabao Cup match against a lower side, a lower level team. Those kind of matches. Now, again, when he gets his minutes, if he performs and does well, one thing we've seen about Pep is he plays the hot hand. So we just need that man to get hot. And then if he can do that, he can get himself on the pitch and actually show some more. But it's hard to see, especially with one game a week, it's hard to see him getting.
Yeah, not right now. Yeah, they got to come thick and fast. I feel like there's everybody has a role to play, and like we saw it last year. I forgot which FA Cup match it was, but Pep rotated, and he was basically like, "Hey, y'all gonna make it happen," and they did. Like they pulled out the win. I think it was like a 1-0 win. Was that the Chelsea game? Yeah, we shut Chelsea out, I think. But you can get it done. And Rodri already started the season off basically saying, "Look, bro, you did it last year. We had a trouble. It was cute. We ain't doing this no more." Like, I'm not starting 57 games. I don't know who you thought I was, but I'm not him. Like, don't do this again. Don't ask me to come outside. I'm tired. Like, so I think he's gonna have to settle down and use the squad. You can't call it a small squad when you have players you don't play. Like, it's not a small squad. It's just a squad you don't trust or like want to give experience to. So I'm never gonna hear for the small squad like accusations, because no, we keep 8 on the bench that can play. Just let the boys play.
I wanted to talk about the 3 matches that already happened today. 3? Yes, because it's
4.
4. Yeah, well, I'm missing one. Sorry, 3 of the 4. I'm distracted because 3 of the 4 had red cards, and I was incredibly distracted by that. So I'll just talk about the ones with the red card because at this moment I don't even remember what that other match was. Oh yeah, that was. What match was that? Anyway, Liverpool and Bournemouth. Liverpool 3-1, despite McAllister getting a real bad red card. I was kind of shocked by that. Brighton 4-1, Matheus Nunes. I feel like Wolves give away one to 3 of these a season where it's just they throw a temper tantrum, take a player out, and then they get sent off. That happens to Wolves too often. And then Brentford 3, Fulham 0, Tim Ream 2 yellows, sent off, penalty. Brentford looked great.
You know what else looks great? Those trophies coming onto the pitch.
Ooh, talk about it. Got the OGs out there. Love it, love it.
I don't know about that, so
my bad, man. I didn't mean to rub that in. My fault. I forgot we were in mixed company. My bad. You know, you got to keep some stuff to yourself.
He just saw another brother and said, "Oh, he with us. He with us."
Right. So question, because again, I didn't see any of these matches. The McAllister red card. Do we think, you all think, having seen it, do you think it's a 3-match ban, or is it just going to be the one? How bad was it?
It was very light. I think it should be 1, and they might give them 3 just so they can appeal it and move it down to 1.
I felt like it was a makeup call, like the way you do in basketball, when it's like, oh, we messed up, because they shouldn't have given a penalty to for Liverpool. That was not a pen. Like, he clearly dove. And I don't know how. Yeah, go ahead.
It was just like, it was like corner of the box, clear dive. It was bad. It was not a pen in my opinion as well. And it felt like a makeup call, and I kind of agree. They're probably gonna start with the 3-game ban, and then it'll get appealed down to 1 game. Nothing crazy. I mean, either way, they're not playing Newcastle. Well, he's not playing against Newcastle, so I was like, oh, we'll take it.
There you go. There you go. See, and that's why I was asking, okay, so is it 1 or 3, and then what is their upcoming matches? Because I don't know that, and you'll like this, I don't know that Liverpool beats Newcastle with the full squad, let alone if you take McAllister out.
Yeah, I mean, I think just like the beginning of the match today, like they couldn't handle press like at all. Like it was bad, and their midfield was getting ran through. Like it was if there was some better finishing, that could have been like easily 2-0, and Liverpool's down 2 goals. So yeah, I would agree with that. I was watching, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna be able to handle a better press with like players who are going to be able to finish the chances the way that Newcastle now have. Like they're not, like Isak's not missing multiple 1v1 chances like what happened in that game. And so like, you turn the ball over, you have these errant passes. They just don't look, it's not the Liverpool that I remember seeing. And maybe last season wasn't that much of a fluke as much as they want to admit it.
Well, see, I think Trent starting off making the mistakes. I saw the highlights. I had to go to work, but I was like, wait, Trent on the ball making a mistake is weird. Like that's an aberration to me. But I will ask you this, Elijah: when you all press, is your back line like super high? Because I feel like there's a pace advantage that Liverpool has against your defenders. Like, is it like, do y'all sit kind of like how does Eddie Howe set his press?
Well, there's like it's a lot of pressing off of mistakes, which is not super
Okay,
crazy. So they're very calculated in what they do. There's always going to be cover. So like if anything, you might see the deepest midfielder drop into the back line and then everyone kind of step up, which kind of provides a little bit of cover. But the pace thing's real because that's basically how Liverpool played us last season was like, and why we struggled against them was like they're one of the few teams that actually had the pace to beat the back line. Like Sid Botman's athletic, but Dan Burn, like hey, I might be able to beat Dan Burn in the race, and look, he's not the quickest. But so yeah, that's definitely an issue. The thing is like the way that the press works for us, and it's been effective, is that it's so chaotic and erratic. They're throwing so many numbers at you that like if Newcastle turns the ball over, they're pressing immediately to win the ball back. So you're not going to have the time and space to try to pick out a run and play a ball over the top and try to beat the back line. And even if you can get a ball off, it's not going to be a good one, likely. And there's going to be ample time for people to cover. So that's how it's supposed to work in theory. But, again, you never know. It's still a talented team. I do think the midfield, though, is probably the biggest question mark for them. Like, I don't even think there's anyone in that midfield right now physically that's going to be able to handle just Joelinton or Bruno or Tonali. And that's going to be a big question mark for them until they figure that out. Because, Gakpo today looked scared to run into challenges and stuff at times. And it's like, if they're going to play him in the midfield like that, he can't be running away from the ball. Like,
that's crazy because that's supposed to be like Gakpo's thing is like running at people. And so seeing him a little tentative like he was is just like, what is Klopp saying and doing to these dudes?
But I also think it's just like there's that physicality in the Premier League that I hate when that gets brought up, but it does have an effect on some players. Where like, yeah, he's more likely to go in, against other opposition, but everyone in the Prem is big, strong, and wants to get in the challenge. So that's a little off-putting if you're not used to that.
Facts.
Guys, this may be the first time we ever see the like we may never see this again. Like this treble winners banner. This is crazy. Like I'm really enjoying this moment right here. It's very hard.
So in taking in this moment on screen, like I am also noticing the weather, and it does appear to be raining in Manchester.
What else? What happened?
Well, naturally, but like I'm trying to figure out who, based off of who's on the pitch for both sides, like who does that benefit more?
The pitch is normally slicker. It moves. The ball is moving.
Right.
I feel like on a wet pitch, it could help City if you want to start, trying to play out. Both clubs want to play out of the back, I think, right? So it's like whoever can get those, those movements going, those patterns movement, like it should help us if you want to get some through balls into Holland behind those two center backs. It's a real white meathead battle going on. That's a lot of big white men on the pitch. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Wow.
Not that you just said that this match is a Big Ten football game. You just said that this match is Iowa versus Wisconsin.
Bro, that's exactly what it is. Exactly what's going on. You know how like Wisconsin or Iowa always have like a very like they'll have like a what's in there, like a country. They have like one black guy in the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's usually the wide receiver and the running back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like it's Big Ten football. We're getting ready for football next week.
Football
back.
Oh my goodness. And then
That's fun.
Oh, sorry. Go, Tom. My bad.
No, I was just gonna make a little joke. That's funny that you say that, Sharpie, because like I think that Bomani Jones went through like all of the starting defenses for all of the teams in the SEC, and then like he's like there are more white people on Iowa's defense than there are on any starting lineup in defense in the entire SEC, all 14 teams. It's like,
oh goodness gracious!
And that's Newcastle's back four compared to every other back four of a top 7 side.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe's like, nah, I don't trust you brothers back here. You go.
Hey, I'm just looking. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just saying. Isak and Bruno were targets before Eddie Howe was there. Every other signing has been like Eddie Howe's stamp, and he's Anthony Gordon, who looked like Draco Malfoy, Harvey Barnes, who looked like a Batman villain, then Vince Botman. Tonali, the darkest thing he brought in. And he Italian. He's got a tan. Until I'm proven otherwise.
He said Mans is some aioli. That's what he said. He's like, he's not that mayo. He said aioli. Got a little olive oil.
A little different.
Yeah, you know. It's a little richer. That's it. Elevating the dish.
I mean, but Pep's got to fight the black allegations too for the front five. We don't have any black players up top. We literally don't possess.
Hey! Wait a minute. Now, like
Cole Jermaine.
He did. Yeah.
By blood.
Hey. I mean, judge that book by its cover.
Listen. If we go do it for Calvin Phillips, we got to do it for Cole too.
Has the appearance of melanin. Like Calvin is definitely like straight mulatto. We know it. Cole is a ghost. Like he might as well be a rhino. Because how did that happen, bro?
Listen.
Wild.
Cole looks exactly like what Patrick Mahomes' son is going to look like in 12 years.
No, that's a good point.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Okay, so we got to figure out the streaming. Oh, predictions, real quick. What we got?
Oh, 2-1. Yeah. I also have 2-1 to Dan City.
I'm already 1-0 City.
Dang.
I got 3-2 City. Who's down for
Who is
Newcastle?
this?
It's Fabian Scher. He looks like he landed on his shoulder.
It looked like he took a shoulder from Holland.
He dislocated his shit.
Yeah, no, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, at first I thought it was a head injury because
dude.
Yeah.
Is it just like dangling?
It's just down. He landed right on that bad boy.
Yeah, he just landed right on it. I don't. Yeah.
The Holland didn't do anything.
No. It had nothing to do with Holland.
He jumped and landed awkwardly.
Yeah.
Like it happens. That's what I was saying for him. He always lands and has like a head injury every other match.
Oh, Shardas?
Yeah, like he goes in for everything, so he ends up getting destroyed. So I wasn't surprised to see him down. I was surprised that he wasn't holding his head. That's what I was surprised about.
This would suck for you guys to have to make a substitution this early in the match.
Yeah.
Especially because no offense to Jamal Lascelles, but we might be cooked if we have to rely on him for the entire match.
It's crazy because he's a big dude, and I thought he was really good. Like maybe his first couple years when he came to you all.
No, yeah, I think he's a completely fine defender. I think what hurts him in this particular system that Eddie wants to run is like he has no ball playing ability. Like he's going to play a short pass, and so I mean you could literally have Holland just run at him. He's gonna get flustered. So
that's what we're hoping for then.
Yeah, I mean, y'all
sucks to have to go off with an injury. We're hoping that
you guys are looking for this.
Yeah. I think 2-1 is probably. I think they'll nick one. You know, our back line is still working its way together, so we're not at the invincible stage yet or impenetrable stage yet.
Yeah, Eddie's not playing around. He's not doing.
Y'all better quit playing with it.
I'm behind y'all. Damn.
I'm behind too. I already know. I'm watching on the Peacock app on my PlayStation 4, so it's for sure behind.
Yeah,
see, the crazy part is if I watch it on my TV through Xfinity, it's behind watching it on my iPad. That's why I'm sitting at the computer because I just figured I didn't want to be behind you guys.
Walker got lucky.
Wait, what's our timestamp? I'm at 3:03.
I'm at 2:50.
I'm at 3:20.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
So I saw the entry before y'all, and I was like, oh, dang, Fabian Scher.
So for me, right now, right this second, it's 3:18, 3:19.
Okay, so you're the closest to me.
Yeah,
I'm to a lot of mine.
I'm gonna tell you when I hit 3:20. Right, 3:20 right now.
So you're 20 seconds behind me.
Yeah, and I still got 8 seconds to go. I'm 8 seconds behind Sharpie.
I'm gonna restart this and see if it helps. 'Cause that's
I've done that. I'm just gonna probably have to move to the living room
I'm up
during
to
halftime.
333. We'll see. It'll work because this is like when we did the one with Chelsea and Shea Butter FC. It's just like, hey, we all gonna have emotions at different points.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
It's a nice stagger feelings.
You know, it's really funny that you say that, like the when we watch Shea Butter FC, because what
Mhm.
I'm seeing with you notice how Kyle Walker is so high up the pitch. When the women play, that's Kirsten Kasperai's role, like getting that high up the pitch.
Mm.
So it's like it's really interesting to just see, and like seeing Akanji in the midfield, like playing that like ghost role is really weird.
Yeah.
Pep is saying like we can play through y'all. Like he is to push Kyle Walker that high to like
Yeah.
leave Isak and Miggy 2v2. That's the choice.
Hmm.
It is quite the decision.
It is a decision. Yeah.
Now the press comes and that's the free up Holland. I get it, Pep. I see it. Oh, he's smart. He wants them to press. Oh, because that's gonna let Holland have more free run, more space in the channel.
Hmm.
Similar to the
Mhm.
Arsenal press and what we
Mhm.
did with Arsenal, except for there's no KDB to run with them.
Yeah, it's just like can Phil do it? Can
Mhm.
Alvarez do it and make the pass? Because he has the legs. Okay, yeah, they're going for it. Okay, I'm not mad at this. But
Wow.
is he pressing? Okay, Jack's out there. All right.
Oh, Vardial.
Yeah.
He's a unit, man. God damn.
Good block. Oh. Offside.
Oh, oh, and
He was off, right? No.
Yeah, he was off.
yes.
Like, thank you, because
Yeah,
No reason.
it just like ended, and it's like, well, why didn't you put? No one went for that ball in the box. Yeah, he was off.
Great back line. Way to step up, Mr. Olive Oil.
Hmm.
I'm never gonna forget that.
It's a bad giveaway.
Ooh, that was a very bad giveaway, but he got it back though.
Yeah, so we got it back.
Oh, I am so far behind. Oh my god.
Hey,
That is
you
crazy. I'm
think
like
you feel
6 seconds
lost?
behind.
You think
hate it
you
here.
feel lost? Like I'm legit. Like, what are y'all talking about? I have no choice but to just watch.
Elijah, feel free to tell us what's coming.
This is
Okay.
This is why I don't watch the match in
He's gonna be like, goal, and then we're like, wait, what happened?
on who? Whose goal?
I'm just gonna say goal, or I'm just gonna say and not give any context. Just no context.
Yes, that's perfect.
So close.
As soon as I said it, the ball went into Holland's feet. I was like, wait, maybe I just called this up. Manifest.
No, last week the game was on DirecTV, so like my One Football app was beating the TV at the bar for the first game yet, the game against Burnley. I was
That's
like, wait,
wild.
how did they score? Okay, I hate DirecTV. Sucks. All right. Okay, even matchup. Godry on the ball.
Let's go, team.
It is interesting, just like so far. I think both teams are completely fine letting the other team have the ball. Like,
Mhm.
it's just, I mean,
Yes.
it's. I don't want to be like this is like a chess match, but it's definitely. I do feel like anytime I've watched Man City or anytime I've watched Newcastle against pretty much anyone else, they're imposing whatever gameplay they have on them. And this, it feels like there's more feeling each other out, seeing, all right, what are you doing? How can we exploit that? And then I think around like the 15, 20-minute mark, we'll start to get a better idea of what everyone's really trying to do and how everyone's trying to exploit each other's weaknesses.
Yeah, it's also a sign that Pep is up so early.
Mm-hmm.
Like normally he's kind of reserved at the beginning of a match, but he's right on the touchline. Like not
Okay.
messing around.
Okay, Walker. Sorry, I know you get. I'm talking about this way late.
Crunk is the guy that helps you out if you looked away for a second. Like, wait, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Right.
I don't like this, but I do. This is fun.
Oh, come on. Yes.
It's just like a cleaner version of the Fulham
Ooh.
Brentford match until it all hell broke loose at the end.
Oh,
Oh, feeling that turn is so sexy. Oh my god.
Man, I've been that turn and burn.
Ooh. Damn, that's a foul. They don't call it. Oh, they didn't call it? Oh, they did. Okay, so that's a foul.
they called it.
Yeah, definitely. I like that turn, Phil. Oh, that's what Roger was talking about. That's some Davi Villa shit. I mean, David Silva shit, because like he's so low to the ground. That center of gravity. Oh god. Was that a foul?
All right. So since we all had this
Right.
realization
Man tripped
about
on it.
Cole Palmer at midweek, I have a theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer is everything that Phil Foden wishes that he actually was.
Oh.
You mean like you talking about the blackness part?
My identity.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah,
His
no.
swag come natural.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Well, he gets the card. Like, can Cole Palmer say the N word?
I'm sure he has.
The hard hitting questions. This is real journalism.
I'm sure the first time he said it, he probably looked at his dad and was just like, and they just had that like stare down where he's just like, am I gonna allow this? Is this a precedent that I should start with my son?
Oh, come on. That was
like the Diddy movie.
Oh,
that's an insight into the Slack channel that other people don't see.
right,
You know?
right.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Twitter stream was just like, oh, this is what we realized. The Slack channel was like, hey, can he say that? Nah. I don't care how we can't see it.
I'm still wondering, like, is that his birth father for real, or is that a stepfather? Because I'm still stuck on it.
No,
because I can't.
That's his dad. That is
he
for
said
real
his granddad.
But if you have, but even if you,
his daddy's mixed though.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
a quarterback.
That's what it is. Okay,
Ooh.
I was about to say.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
yeah, it was a nice.
Oh God.
Got to get to that.
Everybody's touch is off.
Yes,
I think
Newcastle still has the ball right now.
And I think that this is what's.
Is it the rain?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. He was onside too. That was a great ball.
Damn, that was supposed to be a goal.
Yeah,
at least.
At least.
But again, if Phil is getting into those positions, making those passes, then it lessens the KDB.
What's going on with Haaland?
Absence.
Loss.
Chill.
I showed my wife those pictures, and she was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Do you know any white Jermaines?" She was like, "Nope." I was like, "Okay, that's what I'm saying. That dude is."
That's fair. I don't know.
Jermaine is such a black name, bro.
Like, I know it. I know some white Jeremiahs.
Jermaine. That's biblical.
That's a biblical name. I can see that.
Yeah, that had a story in church. Somebody had a good sermon one time. They were like, "Yep, Jeremiah, that's my son."
I did find a white Jerome.
Oh,
recently.
White Jerome.
Quick shout out to Ben Tate watching on YouTube. And then sorry,
normally
I don't know any of those game sites that you can watch on certain streams, and I'm not going to say it on a live stream because I'm not getting that shut down.
We've had enough of that. Okay, don't put us in the mix.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is wild that Fabian Scher is still playing it because it looked like he dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah,
yes, for real.
I had to double check to see, did he come off? Because I didn't see him come off.
He came off and then came back
in.
Came back on.
They're making the passes towards Haaland. They're making those, and that's what I wanted to see. That's all I wanted to see, that they're trying.
Hey, if Akanji wants to shoot from 30 yards,
Damn it.
Give him that. Give him that.
Oh, Akanji?
Hey, you know what? We got a good.
He thought he was Rodri for a second. He was
getting closed down too. I don't know why he shot that, but hey,
he's like, I'm playing in the Stones role. Stones gets one of those a year, so you know.
I got bend on it. Did you see it? I got bend on it. It was close.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. It just
it was a shot by a professional footballer, right? It's never going to be horrible.
Yes.
But it just may not be the shot. It may not be the shot we want.
I mean, Anthony's had some.
Yeah, that's true.
His shots.
I mean, Kyle's put a couple up in the upper deck.
Yeah.
That's the most telling stat right there. That pass accuracy stat.
Mm-hmm.
Man City was at 93%. Yeah.
73. That's some grade school stuff. What? But that's why Pep can be more incisive. He's like, look, try whatever. They don't want the ball, so like, just go for it. If we lose it, we get it back. Like, I love
Charlie. It's really interesting that you were talking about Phil having the time of his life running at Dan Burn. It's been interesting to see Kyle Walker being the one keep the space out wide and like kind of put like because Dan Burn is in hell right now because he doesn't know whether to drop with Phil or keep the space with Walker.
So Tom, while you were saying that, I'm behind obviously, but did you see when Phil came up, Alvarez instantly made the run behind Dan Burn?
Yes.
Like they're setting something up. It can come off. Like that's smart. I see what Pep did. This is fun. Watching the game on mute is so much better actually.
But they're all like on their side, you know, they're keying on when the ball goes into Walker. They're trying to jump him with that press because they know he's the weakest of our defenders on the ball. So every time he gets it, they're running at him hard.
And I think he's held up nicely. Like,
no, he's not been bad. I mean, I'm just saying that that's what they're going to target. Again, you know,
you got to target somebody.
You got to target somebody, and he's, you know, he's the weakest of the back four, which isn't saying, you know, it's not a criticism of him. Yeah, because our back fours were all good with the ball. That's why they're there.
Right.
Yeah. It was a good slide tackle. Tom, you taught me something last season, like just calling out the mark, right? And just figuring out who is that trigger person. And that's what smart teams do. So it's not just random. No, like we know when we want to run. And we're going to try to do a 2-on-1 and get the ball back and go from there.
Just once in a while, I want to see Walker make like one progressive pass. Just one. just one.
I mean, he's getting the trench is getting better. So
he did try.
He tried it.
Yeah.
As soon as you said it, he tried it.
Right.
Malfoy. Oof.
Malfoy. It's a great call. I know exactly who gets the ball.
Oh.
It was wild seeing Anthony Gordon with the number 10 shirt because it feels weird because the dude who had it is the opposite of him and and also just like it was like, man, you taking the number 10 shirt? You didn't do nothing last season. Oh, okay. All right, dude.
Who was the number 10? Who was the number 10?
Before it was Alan St. Maximin.
Oh yeah. Total opposites.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's because Miggy, I think he 24 is his number, the way 47 is Phil's number. So it opens up a 10 shirt.
Yes.
Because Phil would be our 10 if he wanted to wear it. He got it for that.
I'm trying to remember when Miggy came over. I do think someone might have had the 10 shirt already, like a kind of a scrub player that wasn't giving it up because he came in January, which hurt him too. Yeah. So it might have been like it might have been one of the stints where like Andros Townsend was back at the club or something like that. I don't know.
Good point.
But I mean, he's owned that 24, and I think
the keeper so far out. What the hell? 38 sweeper clearances last season. That's a great stat. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is a great stat.
I didn't know Nick Pope was a sweeper keeper.
Oh yeah, no, that's that's exactly how he got sent off. He got a red card right before the EFL Cup final because he was doing sweeper keeper stuff and came out and had a handball right outside the box. So immediately got sent off, suspended for the cup final. And then we had Karius a goal for a cup final, and so the jokes were. I mean, and he wasn't even bad. It was just like ahead of that, the jokes were flying from every part of the internet.
Oh, Mickey versus Guardiola. Okay.
I was gonna say, do we think that the Jack Grealish talked trash to Miguel Almiron, and so he's been on fire forever? Do we think that continues this season? I just need that. I need that to end at least against us.
Well, the funniest thing is that Miggy, like Miggy doesn't speak English, so I don't think he really he kind of knew about it, but he also I don't think he cares. That is a family man at heart. That man only cares about going to Paraguay during the off season with his wife and his kids. He really doesn't care. I think it just so happened that was the case that he went on that purple patch. But yeah, I mean,
sorry, I'm reading the comments. Somebody just said that. I mean, Jack didn't even speak English, so.
That's
funny.
I'm not standing for that slander.
Oh shoot!
But yeah, I mean, he's just an unbothered dude. I think it was just a combination of just confidence was the big thing. That's he was when he was in Atlanta. That was why he was so good, is that he had a coach that gave him a lot of confidence, and Steve Bruce is not that coach. And so
I was surprised when he didn't do well, because I had seen him at Atlanta, and I thought, okay, he's gonna be good, and he struggled, and I was like, wow, they're just the step up from MLS to the Premier League is that huge. That guy that was killing this league is effectively been a scrub over here, but then he finally, after some years, pulled it together. So you said,
and I think it's a coaching for one, because even when he came over that first January, he came over that half a season, he was with Rafa Benitez, and he had 7 expected assists, and just people couldn't finish. I mean, and that happens. So it was that he was playing well, he was looking pretty good. It was just the balls he were putting in were good. He wasn't really trying to be a shooter and all that kind of jazz, but yeah, it was. And then once Bruce came in and we started playing anti-soccer, then everyone took a step back. There's a lot of players that were here under Bruce that now they have a competent manager, they look much better. Obviously Joelinton's the one that gets talked about a lot, but Jacob Murphy's another one. Even Lascelles looks better under Howe, all that kind of jazz.
Did y'all keep Joe Willock, or did he leave?
No, yeah, he's here. He's just got a hamstring injury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I love the game.
Yeah, he's a dog. Which I'm excited for that midfield. It feels like they kind of cemented their guys for the future with Joe Willock, Tonali, Bruno, Joelinton. That's a nice little rotation you got, with Sean Longstaff being that Calvin Phillips, come off the bench when we need you kind of role.
Utility man. I mean, I feel like it's something to be said for squads that know the profile of player they want. We have a certain defender we go for now.
Yeah.
You all have a midfielder you look for. It's smart, because you can change it.
You got an injury for Man City. Malfoy trying to help someone up.
It's man, what are you doing? Why are you?
Oh, can we get a yellow?
I mean, you didn't get no card or anything. Get off me. Yeah,
that's basically what McAllister got a red for. It's almost the same play.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm surprised that wasn't at least a yellow.
I gotta get something. Oh, down the back of his leg. Yeah.
Oh.
No VAR or anything yet?
I got my volume down.
No, that's a high boot on the calf shin area. That should be a yellow at least.
It's got to be at least a yellow. I mean, it should be at least a yellow.
Oh.
Because he played the advantage.
And it's nowhere near the ball.
Oh, he got a yellow. It's good.
Okay.
He did get the yellow.
Yeah, he got a yellow. He's just waiting for him to get up.
I can't trust these PL referees after what I've seen in the first 2 weeks. don't trust it at all.
I don't know I forgot who we had last week in the Newcastle match, but he was every single new rule. He was about it. Like he gave
enforcing
Bruno,
it.
Yeah, he gave someone a yellow for kicking the ball away during a throw in. He gave Bruno the yellow for waving the fake yellow card. He had the 10 minutes of first half stoppage time. Like every rule they added, he was like, I'm gonna make sure they know I'm doing my job.
Damn right, man. So I ain't trying to get demoted. I got to feed my family.
Exactly.
Sleeper keeper Nick Pope. That in his peak outfit, Mr. Barbie over here.
Attack.
Okay, King.
I need Kyle to get forward. Giveaway.
Ugh.
So happy y'all told me what's coming so I can get my hopes down. This is great. This is a great way to manage expectations.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that didn't happen. It didn't come off. Cool. We move. Oh.
I don't even know what happened there. I saw someone. Okay, so he must have whistled back for a foul or something.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was.
Alvarez with a push, I think.
Okay.
Little Argentina versus Brazil situation. Yeah.
Ramirez's hair is wild. I don't know what's going on.
It's big instinct energy, bro. He is living in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it really is.
I got to hand it to him.
About to do it.
He posted on Twitter. He was getting flamed, and he was taking every joke. He was quote tweeting it with the laughing emoji. I was like, I respect it.
That's all you can have. You know, own it, embrace it, and then the bullies will stop. That's my mom.
They had him out when they were in Atlanta. They did like some team building stuff where they were playing baseball, and like it's just always funny when like soccer players try to play American sports because they swing in the bat like that, and he was getting flamed. Like the Newcastle account was flaming him about how bad he looked playing baseball.
Howard got sandwiched.
Yeah, they gonna have a good field day with him. White on white crime all day.
Like giving big Hatfields versus the McCoys energy.
Big Viking energy out here with Sven Botman and Fabian Schär. This is crazy. Okay. He tried it.
No fucking way, Phil Foden. Like, nothing's going to come of this action necessarily, but like that touch from Phil Foden on that pad. Did y'all see it?
Come on. I mean,
Yeah, I did. I saw it right after you said it.
Hey, y'all ask Kyle Walker to go forward and do something, and maybe you might want to rethink that.
I meant when he had the ball.
That was not the something.
When he gets the ball on the wing, attack that player instead of always cutting it. But again, we do that all the time. We always cut inside.
Yeah.
But see,
You know what?
there's an
I'll
argument
take
to
it.
like.
I'll take it.
I would say like as much as Jack is comfortable on the left, putting him on his strong foot on the right in this type of tactic would be so smart because you know the ball is going to come to that strong foot and he can put the passes in that Kyle doesn't do.
I think if you're gonna do that, I think that you need somebody with Walker's pace on the left, and I'm not sure that Ake could do that.
Oh no, I mean like even Alvarez, right? Let's say you put Alvarez on the left, Grealish on the right, and like keep Foden as a 10.
Mm-hmm.
At least now you have Alvarez like taking the attention away, making like the big runs, but like Grealish is staying on the sideline.
Oh,
I love Phil Foden.
Oh,
that
no.
dude he's so silky.
Ooh, what a ball. And clearly we didn't score because nobody got excited. Very anticlimactic now. Shit. We get
Turn
a
my
chance
camera
though.
off so you don't see me when I celebrate.
I'm gonna hear y'all. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. Somebody's gonna be happy. It won't be me.
At least not yet. Not originally.
Just go, oh, that's nice. Go team.
That was a good team. That was a good goal. Yeah, you guys are right.
City till I die. Ooh. Up the Blues.
I'm gonna throw my hands up and be like, "Oh no, I was just doing the wave." There's nobody else in here with me, but you know, I figured I'd get it started. Ooh.
All that.
We are dominating possession right now, per usual.
Oof.
Okay, Holland, way to be big.
Put it in. Oh,
what you got, Jack?
shot. Dang it.
Oh,
Goodness gracious, ref.
Damn.
Rodri's making a lot of nice little line splitting passes.
yes, yes.
He's mastered that ball. It's so good. It's our cold score. Like, he's so good at that.
Dang it.
And he had missed it in the first half and then went back to it and got it right. Okay, 67-33. The usual. So we're 30 minutes in. Does anybody feel like the team has the advantage, or are we just like Newcastle's happy with this as long as it's 0-0?
I think Elijah's probably the best person to answer that.
Yeah, I would say I don't know if they're necessarily happy with it. I think they're happy anytime the ball's not in the back of the net for the opposition. I say that, and Man City just scored.
Are you serious?
Yeah, literally. I said it's like it's
I'll celebrate before I even thought. Let's go! Let's go!
La Araña!
That's hilarious, bro. Ooh, that ball. Ooh, that hit. Oh, that goal. Oh, that's sexy. I love that champion. That's the definition of a winner.
You right?
Well, I'm cursed, so I'm just not going to mention the score line for us.
Ask them every single time. Okay,
yeah. The only thing I was really going to say was
minutes in. What do you think about the one goal?
Yeah. It's just like, for Newcastle, it's just very sloppy when they have the ball. And so there's obviously a discrepancy because, like, you win the ball back and you turn it over immediately, and then things like that happen. So
I don't even know how to take it because, like, that's
I love the goal, but I also love that Phil got the assist. There's been a lot of Phil slander recently on interwebs, on Al Gore's internet, and so I'm gonna need everybody to stop running their mouths about Phil Foden. That dude is getting assists or he's getting goal contributions pretty much every match out.
The 23s now. They were 22 last year. A year older,
right.
A year stronger. Who has a better set of 23 and under players than City? Holland, Foden, Alvarez. Like, that's stupid.
I mean, and like, and I would throw Rico in that as well.
Yeah, I think it was like a U21, right? Just like he's so young, but still, like, fourth.
I mean, he's technically under 23, so
he is. He counts. Damn.
What up, Saul?
And then Palmer's in there too.
Too many doomsayers out there want to hate on everyone and everything. Man, there is a whole lot of doomsday going on. It's all
City Twitter acts like we didn't win a trouble sometimes.
Like completely.
They really be up in
very annoying.
I'm like,
it's
y'all
very
relax. Tranquilo.
Yeah.
We are the best club until proven otherwise. It's okay.
Maybe at halftime we can talk about all the cheeky hate, and then realize, oh, wait a minute, Paqueta.
I literally did not know that there was a cheeky out. Like,
man,
every
single window, everyone. January,
we do what we want.
Summer, it doesn't matter. Every single window, it's like, oh, he needs to go. They're, it's like, again, come on, Phil.
Oh, I'm so far behind.
Thank you.
He said, come on, Phil, like 8 seconds ago. Shit. Good tackle to Nolly.
Oh,
I know it wasn't.
That's another yellow card.
Yeah, I would say it wasn't.
Oh, I thought he was shoulder. Okay.
Let's go, Phil.
That's Robert Jones with the fresh military fade. Love that, Robert. Yeah, Cap.
And also, I mean, let's go back to this Tom Bomb, your bomb about Phil upset about Cole. If you notice, even Phil has just embraced the hair. Like he still has the fade and everything, but it's not like the super far down. It looks like he's kind of toned back the sauce a little bit in
Get
him,
back to his
recognizing. Yeah, yeah.
No, he was hanging around Grealish too much. That's what it was. He's now going back to his roots. You spend the off season with Grealish, you'll get back to where you belong.
Yo, y'all see who he cleaned up his acne?
I
Yeah,
did notice
No,
that.
the skin's looking
Yes.
great. The skin's looking
He's
fantastic.
trying to get a Gucci deal. I mean, not Gucci. He's trying to get like a Prada deal. We got Gucci. We got Dolce. Tarek is excited. What does that
Wait,
mean? No.
who's Dolce?
That's
He gotta get
isn't wait who's Holland? Is Holland Dolce?
Oh yeah, what kind of sweater? Are those? Yeah, those are Dolce pajamas that
Yes,
he's wearing.
pajamas.
Yep.
yeah, he's a Dolce ad.
Okay.
It's like we gotta get Prada in here, really get it popping. Hulu's like, it's my turn. I want some of that. The chest
Right.
down. What the hell?
As
He's
much as
interested, I think, in disguises.
as
Then
much
if
as
we're-
we hate having KDB out,
Just
I
say
think giving Alvarez many matches is going to be helpful.
Because
Mhm.
you
Ain't
know
for Phil.
yes, like for both players, and I think I think that we've all been kind of concerned with like how are we going to like replace Gundo? I'm looking at like how Alvarez is playing, and like Alvarez is playing the Gundo role for us right now. Like he's the one that's making the late runs from the box or into the box from the midfield. He's the one that's popping out into good spaces. He's the one that's getting good touches in the midfield. Like you see that the chested pass that he made to Phil Foden over his shoulder. Like to me, I think that we had the replacements for the players that we lost already in the squad, and I think that we are losing sight of that.
You know what? And I was surprised because when I saw the lineup, and even like on goal.com or wherever else, they have Alvarez in the 10 spot, which is what I was expecting. And I see more Phil in that position than Alvarez.
Well, when
But
I
I
saw
think
that,
that was Tom's point.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you
Go
go,
ahead.
you go.
I was gonna say that was Tom's point. I think that they're all interchangeable.
Mhm.
Well, at least those two, right? Like Alvarez and Foden
Yeah.
are the same
Yeah.
player. One just speaks Spanish. But same ideas, right? Like they can make it happen. Sorry.
Yeah, and I was shocked.
Well,
to
and
see,
I think even like
Uh-oh. What's going on?
what were you shocked to see, Carl?
Oh, yeah. See, they had Alvarez
Outside
in the
the
center
box.
because Alvarez always goes right. He loves the right side of the field and cutting in, or even if he starts center, he'll cut out. So that's kind of what I was seeing. It's the same as a handball. Oh, come
It was
off
close.
it!
It was close, but
It
wasn't.
literally on his arm. It's
He
like
wasn't in the box. He was outside the box still. So to me,
It doesn't matter. It's over. So y'all
Yeah.
good. I would have let you know.
yeah, I was gonna say
pretty
I've
much.
seen it already, but I was say if he would have been in the box, they probably
Yeah.
would have pulled it back. But since he wasn't, then it's one of those things where it's not a obvious mistake or whatever. So
You know what, guys? By taking out KDB, Mahrez, Gundo, Silva, Bernardo, you gain so much more athleticism. Like we're a more athletic squad with all the
Oh, yeah.
But
Kovacic is
Pep
more
doesn't
athletic
want
than
that though. Pep wants that
Control.
the control, and that's why I was surprised seeing the lineup because having both, it's why we were like, oh well, KDB and Alvarez is too much chaos. Well, Phil is just even as much, if not more. I
But
love
I
it,
think
but I don't know that Phil
we're still right around what
Pep does.
65% now possession.
Yeah.
Like it's working against a Champions League side. Like this is a Champions League match, like however you want to call it, right? Like this
Right.
is not just a regular Premier League match. So like against a fully healthy side, aside from the injury to share, but this is impressive. 38 minutes.
I was gonna say, I expected, and I shouldn't even say nothing because I don't want to jinx it, but I expected a little bit more from Newcastle so far. I'm happy with what we've seen, but I feel like we've kind of had our way to this point. Was able to
Well,
do whatever we want.
Well, now it kind of looks like we're under the impression, like we're gonna give them the ball, but we're gonna press the fuck out of them at this point. Um,
Yeah.
and it like to Elijah's point before, like they've
Oh,
been really sloppy on the ball once they've had it.
Yeah, and this is the trigger press. Like they did that on purpose. They wanted to press on the right. They want to get Trippier trapped and not let him come up, which makes sense. Is that Dan Burn?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was had himself a little gallop.
Mr. Progressive Carrier? What?
Yeah.
Okay, Dan Burn, advanced stats.
getting on his John Stones. That's all.
It helps when they treat him like, you know, that one dude when you playing pickup basketball. Like,
You just let him run.
shoot.
Just let him go.
Yeah, they treat him like that. They're like, oh, he might trip. It's fine.
John Stones inspired a whole
That's
generation
funny.
of white men to say, "I'm doing this. This is
I can dribble too.
They've held us down too long."
Yeah,
Who
Kanji's
needs
been all over the place.
athleticism?
He's been insane.
It's
I
great.
think he stopped
Like,
like
he's
two
been,
straight
like,
attacking moves for Newcastle just by himself.
He's been great in that John Stones role, in that inverted midfield role. I was like, when in the first 10 minutes, like seeing him pop up there, I was like, this is not gonna work very well, but like he has been fantastic.
Yo, shouts to Kanji. He's the best at coming in and making those shoulder-to-shoulder tackles. He never gets called. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
and
sorry,
he
Terry.
truly just goes whoosh and like launches the person. I love it. So violent. It's beautiful. I love it.
I did see the stat where it was like last 30 matchups or 31 matchups is like 1-5-25 for Newcastle against City. It
Keep
just
it in,
feels
keep
like
it
it's
in.
like the Arsenal thing. It's just really hard
It's a great.
Ooh.
get
Yeah,
off.
Come
and
on now, let's
Al's,
go.
record against Pep isn't the best either.
But also,
Oh, you got to make that.
Oh man, what happened? Who missed? Damn it! Now I'm excited.
Ah!
Erling again.
Oh, dog.
Oh.
He didn't miss by much though.
Yeah, it wasn't a terrible miss. Oh my God. We are doing whatever we want.
And he
We
scuffed
are
it too. That's unfortunate. You could tell he didn't get the contact he wanted.
Yeah. Edison said, "I'm coming for Golden Gloves. I want assists. I'm fed up with all
Man,
this."
give me a foot the other direction.
And
Ooh.
I said it on when we recorded. Without KDB, I'm worried about who's going to be who's doing the distribution. Goodness gracious! And it can't just be Ederson, but maybe it can be. I don't know.
We are running the show. Like it's
Phil
they can't
Foden
live.
is
They're chasing shadows.
having a master class in my opinion. Phil is great, man.
Okay, who's played the worst for City, right? And like that would be like a 7 out of 10. I don't think anybody's been terrible, right? Like everybody's doing their job, and it's making like we haven't heard.
I
Isak
think
saying
if you
stuff
were
like,
to
If
look,
you were, go ahead, Tom.
let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like just like looking at what FOTMob is giving everyone right now.
Hold on, I'm gonna say.
Ederson has
Hold
a
on. Let me
6.
guess. Before I'm not gonna say guess the score, but I'm gonna say the lowest is going to be probably Holland, and then it's gonna be Grealish, and like Ederson is just whatever because he's not gonna do anything, so it's just give him a 6 because he doesn't have to do anything. But I'm gonna say it's gonna be Holland and then Grealish.
Yes, because Ederson's at 6, Holland's at a 6-1, Grealish is at 6-2, and then they have Diaz or Vardiol at a 6-7, Diaz at a 6-8, Akanji at a 6-9, and then Walker at a 7-1, Rodri at a 7-7, Kovacic 7-4, Alvarez at a 7-7, Phil at an 8.
man, FOTMob scores harder than
So, yeah.
football. One football.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just know those are the players that have been the most quiet today. Grealish has not done a
Yes.
ton, which he hasn't been asked to, because a lot of it's been
Well,
coming down the other
basically,
side.
it's yeah, because in some instances, Grealish is essentially like playing right back. Like if you look when Newcastle has the ball and is making a pass. Oh my God!
Okay,
Did that
Kyle.
oh,
I see you.
Put some respect on my man's name, Captain Kyle. Bro. Captain Kyle to all of you. That's what you thought. Laying out perfectly balls. This man said Kevin's gone, but I'm here. Ooh, he tried it. Jack was looking for Holland. I like it. They're under pressure. The Etihad, I can't tell how loud the crowd is because they got it on mute, but you could tell like Newcastle like, can we get to halftime? Can we have a +2? I don't want to see +5. Ooh, how much stoppage time y'all think y'all got? Because with the injury, I think we got like +4. Injury.
No, it's gonna be longer. I think. I think it'll be 5.
But they did have to give him treatment. Yeah, 4 or 5. Come on, Giants. Giants on Giants.
Phil.
I'm telling y'all, Phil, he is thriving in this match. I don't know about all of them, but with KDB not in, he's able to show his skill. Is that the way? Really?
Yeah.
Come on, right?
You know what it is that the Saka versus Phil comparisons change because Saka plays every week. If Phil was to get
and almost every minute,
almost. If Phil was to get those minutes, you would see kind of the same production, I think, because he was hot early in the season, and then got hurt. And Pep didn't bring him back for it. But
yeah.
Oh, that's violent.
Oh wow.
How much?
That was much lower. 3 minutes.
3.
Oh, okay. Because I guess Cher got up.
Yeah, he got up, and there's really been no the card. There wasn't any VAR or anything, so like the ref came pretty quick with all the cards. So
that's the clip. That's the clip, Crump. We good. If you play a good half, you will have normal stoppage time.
Right?
They will punish you.
No one did too much.
Let me go find that and quote tweet it. Love that. Come on, Malfoy. What you got? We got Malfoy, olive oil.
That dude really does look like look like Draco Malfoy. It's wild.
He gonna put a wand in his hand. I wish that he was here with John Joe, because we could have had Malfoy and Voldemort.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Slytherin.
Yeah.
Agenda. It's crazy.
No, Eddie Howe is like that dude who got into Gryffindor but probably should have been in Slytherin.
Oh yeah.
We got to do that episode, doing like an international break, like Harry Potter analogies for PL.
Oh yeah.
Oh, who's in?
Oh yes.
Who's in what? I like that.
We got to get sword houses. We got because there's some Ravenclaws out there, and I'm gonna.
Oh.
Like Rodri is pure Ravenclaw. Like
yeah, no, I can see that.
About his business.
Man, y'all better quit playing.
Better stuff down the stretch.
I would say that he is more of a Hufflepuff.
Oh, Hufflepuff. Sorry, that's what I'm
more humble.
All right, everybody who's out there watching, let us know. I'm on here I'm on YouTube, so I'm not touching the Twitter. I just really love saying YouTube's. It's fun. Oh yeah, I forgot Gundalorian is there. Also, shout out to Gundalorian, who was at the UEFA Super Cup, and he's now at the Newcastle match.
Oh, that's dope.
In my life, because
that's it.
People be out here internationally traveling. I'm like, damn, goals.
That's what I'm saying.
Just trying to pay these bills.
Right. I was like, do I need to find a sugar parent? I'm too old for a sugar parent.
Hey, I was a sugar parent. I respect that. You keeping it open.
I'll walk.
Listen.
When did Kyle Walker become Danny Alves?
Listen, I'm much like Candy Burris. Who am I to turn down a check?
Look, my star crush is Tracy Ellis Ross. I would enjoy that 50-year-old woman with all my spirit and all my heart.
That is literally the best case scenario for a sugar mama, and I hope that for you, truly.
Yeah,
really
care
do.
to sign, I can.
manifestation.
Yeah,
Just
man.
I'm
wake up
careful
every
not
morning and
to.
say it to yourself.
Not with me.
That would literally destroy the internet,
Hey,
though,
man.
considering she like is notoriously like fuck a dude, and then all of a sudden she shows up with Sharpie. Oh my god, our show would go over. We'd be signed by like we'd be signed by Paramount Plus and have our own show in a couple weeks
Oh,
after that happened. You better believe I'm taking advantage of that. I'm posting all y'all's photos, all y'all's videos, all over all our socials. This is
All
our
right,
Sharpie.
Enough for the Catholic Irish, the Irish Catholic agenda. I hate this. I hate it so much.
Oh man.
Catholicism has done so much evil in this world, and we continue to put them on a pedestal. I don't like it.
I tweeted, I was like, that Notre Dame
You
that
know,
Notre
my
Dame
sister's
oh,
a
sorry.
Notre Dame alum.
Is she?
oh,
Yeah,
I appreciate you telling
Really?
me.
Academic institution.
yeah. Oh, yeah, and like that's definitely why she went for sure. But yeah, she's not necessarily like the typical Notre Dame person, but like I think she in her like little friend group, like one of her friends was the daughter of the a granddaughter to the Koch empire. Like she was like from the outskirts of Atlanta, so like she was very wealthy. One of them was like the granddaughter of a very high exec up at McDonald's at some point. So like she knows people, like she was connected to people that have like lots and lots and lots of money there.
that makes sense.
Hold on one second.
But yeah, me and my dad, we would always give her a hard time about because she was like, she's not as into the match anymore.
So shout out to Lorlas on Twitter. He answered. I tweeted out just generally for people who were out in the Etihad House of Sound, and he said average, maybe on the loud side after the goal, on the quieter side to round out the half. Classic early season vibes.
I do think footy's a hard sport to like yell the entire time, right? It's not.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like
for sure.
American football or basketball where it's constant action. Like I can't blame fans.
I mean, it depends on the league, though. Like, I think it depends on the league for sure. Because I was all up in the supporter section at Atlanta United games, and like, it's loud the entire time. But that's just the culture of MLS. Like, there's a little bit of South American influence, there's a little bit of Mexican influence. So like, it's different, and even at St. James, is like, I know it's a great atmosphere. The fans are always singing, but like, it's still one part of the stadium, so it's never going to sound as loud as you go to South America, you go to Eastern Europe, like they got flares and fireworks.
Yeah, what I was going to say to Charlie's point, it's not a lot of times the singing and the crowd interaction is really not necessarily about what's happening on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd almost helps to influence what happens on the pitch as opposed to responding to it. They're singing and whatever regardless, and that's what I want to go see, because even like going to the matches here, there's a little bit of singing or whatever, but it's not what I envision it would be at the Etihad, which is why I gotta go. Right, that's the experience that I want. Being at the matches here in the U.S., the tours, those are cool. There was more singing in the hallways during the rain delay than there was during the actual match itself. I want to be there when 30,000 whatever it is people are all singing and yelling and screaming. That's what I want, that experience. It's a great goal.
What do we think about them standing up this year on NBC?
Oh, instead of like sitting down and relaxing,
I'm excited to see Rebecca Lowe's fits, and I feel like Tom is with me on that. Like,
yeah, I feel like it's a modern thing that they're doing. I know ESPN's been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I didn't like. It was kind of weird, like seeing the pre-match stuff where they were, where Tim Howard like went over to the board and like was pointing stuff out. I personally like. I don't know. I could see less of Tim Howard personally, but that's just me. Like,
we all could. It's the two Robbers or nothing, Somebody.
Yes.
He's
yes.
I would say I'd say out of all the American analysts out there, Tim Howard is probably one of the only ones that knows when to shut up. Like he's like, oh, these two guys clearly know more about me. I mean, imagine if Alexi Lawless was there. Like,
Oh God, that's not even
no right to be there, but I like the Robbies might quit like on site.
Yeah, that would be the biggest. That would be like white privilege to like the nth degree. If
Oh,
Alexi
yeah.
No,
For sure.
Robbie Earl would swing on that dude.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
that, like that. Robbie Earl would swing on that dude.
Yeah, Bobby Earl having a comp in like 2023 is the craziest thing, but it works. It's like Peaky Blinders in real life.
That's wild.
He's an institution. I love that man. Like my British uncle that I've never met.
But I
Probably
think the
Cole
most
Thomas,
surprising thing so far about this this match is that there's one shot on goal for the entire match.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you on paper you're expecting. I mean, both teams who like to shoot a lot. You know, obviously both teams who press. It's very interesting seeing one shot on goal and it's the goal. That's it. Nothing else.
I think a big reason for that is like City's defense in the box is so good now that like you can get down there. You're gonna get to the final third, but what do you do once we reset? And I saw Roger drop one time. It was like a 5-4-1. Like,
but flip it though, I would have expected us to get better shots off than with the opportunities that Phil and others, Rodri. I mean, we've created some really good opportunities, but we haven't necessarily gotten the shots or they've gotten blocked or whatever.
Well, like I was to your point about block shots. Like I was just wondering, like because I think each side has at least what 2-3 block shots.
Yeah. The numbers right now are 0.45 expected goals for City, 0.07 for Newcastle. That is crazy. You can't play a better defensive half. Like 0.07, that's nothing. Like, man. And I guess the angle of Holland's shot lowered the XG on it because that was a weird angle. But I'm happy. Do you see any subs coming, Elijah? You think anybody could make a difference off the bench?
Oh, I mean, for sure. Callum Wilson's going to get his run. I mean, especially because Isak hasn't. It's not even. I mean, it's just the way they're playing hasn't really tailored to Isak having a lot of opportunities. But Callum Wilson will probably come on in like the 60th minute, and then I'm sure this might be an earlier sub for one of the wing players. So either Jacob Murphy's going to come on for Almiron, or Harvey Barnes is going to come on from Malfoy, or maybe we see Harvey Barnes come on for Almiron. Just because, I think that Harvey Barnes should come on just because he's just probably the most direct wide player we have. Like he's going to get the ball, he's going to drive towards goal, and that's at least going to make some center backs uncomfortable in theory. And right now, it's been a lot of no one's doing that. No one's really making these center backs uncomfortable. So you're going to need someone to do that when we have the ball. So,
hey, to Tom's point. I'm looking on goal.com, but they show 6 blocks for Newcastle, 7 clearances, 4 interceptions, 2 blocks from Man City, 5 clearances, 2 interceptions. So yeah, they've got quite a few blocks.
Defenders are working. Kronk, how you feel about the first half, man?
I mean, I'm happy we're ahead. I don't know. Just
are you nervous? Do you think
yes.
that we give it up? Okay.
So what everyone's doing great. I have nothing to go against what anybody's saying, but just the 3 minutes of chaos that happens every now and then that we just kind of like slip into, and it becomes almost like a basketball match. That stresses me out. Our defense does a great job eventually at figuring out. And also, I'm sure this goes to just so many players in new positions, learning each other, so that once we do try to close in, and there were just so many 50-50 balls, the ball was in contention a lot. And I just want to get less of that. If there was less of that and there's less of the back and forth and I'm okay with it for just a moment if it just goes back and forth, but it just seems like there's just whole minute or two where just nobody can get it figured out, and I think that fits Newcastle style more than ours, obviously, and that's what stresses me out.
I feel like just looking back at the past 2 seasons, I think that Newcastle, in a lot of ways, is a really, really good early season opponent for Man City, based off of the way that they play, because it makes Pep do some different things.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it makes Pep like, and especially like with all of the injuries that he has right now, um it and what am I trying to say? It it should like it proves out like the things that Pep likes to experiment with. Is like, is this actually going to work? Like,
Mhm.
if I deploy this tactic, will this actually work against like like, to Charlie, to your point, like this is a Champions League match in a lot of ways. Like, both of these teams are in champion, like, will play Champions League football this season. So will this work? Will this tactic work against an actual quality opponent? And I think, based off of the way that Newcastle is playing right now, and the way that City's playing right now, I think that it bodes well for City for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and I'll throw into that. I feel like there was a point about the schedule. Pep hates the schedule, but he loves the schedule because we are now in rhythm. We've gotten out the kinks. Like, if you look at how we played against Burnley to now, we look like a totally different squad in a week. And even that's with Sevilla, right? Giving up those chances, Ederson having to be man of the match, basically, aside from Jermaine. It's like, okay, like, we really got it now. And the game time is helping us. And now it's like, okay, a game a week, like, perfect. Bring back Ronaldo Silva whenever you take your time. Um, I'm great. I think we get a second. It's just a matter of if it's going to happen early, because I think Newcastle's going to come out on fire. They came out kind of timid, I think, Elijah, and I feel like Eddie's going to say, "Go at them, like, press them, make them make
Yeah.
a mistake."
Also, one of the highest scoring teams in the second half last season, highest scoring teams, and past the 75th minute. So they're a second half team for sure, which can be stressful. But you know, I don't know. I'm sure that they're going to come out firing, and I think they're going to be trying some different things. And I think it's exciting now because last season, even, you look at for Newcastle, like, if this happens, similar situation, you just got to kind of let whoever you have in the starting 11 ride out, because there's not really depth. Your only real change that felt like there was depth was like you could bring Joe Willock in off the bench. But outside that, until we got Isak in and Wilson, and even then, one of them was injured for half the season, and while the other one wasn't, and all that kind of jazz. Now it's like, okay, if things aren't going to plan, Harvey Barnes off the bench is a great option. That's cool. Callum Wilson off the bench is a great option. Like, I mean, and last week they both came on and scored, so that's always nice it's nice
Anything
having
can
depth
happen.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all aren't dead yet, and it's
Yeah.
going to be on City to say we got to put them away early and make them come out even more. But yeah, I like what I see. Is that the new kit from this year, Elijah, that you're wearing?
Yeah, that's the new green one for this year.
Yeah, it's nice.
New sponsor.
It's real nice.
It's
So what do you think about that?
last? Oh, I
green.
have thoughts.
The green in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, I thought you meant Saudi Arabia in general.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I think last year's third kit was way more egregious, where it was like it literally looked like the Saudi national team. And I was like, and I got a lot of heat on Twitter for pointing that out, and Newcastle fans being like, blah blah blah. The court said, and it's a back and forth to have with that fan base for a while, and I think it's I'm not saying I'm giving up on trying to reason with people, but they don't view sports the same way we do in America overall. And so, like, to them, like the attachment to the club is just so much deeper that anytime you criticize the club and it's not on their grounds, like, I mean, they're going to feel some type of way, and I completely understand that. But I mean, Saudi Arabia is making it very clear that even though in the day-to-day operations they have really pretty much no say in what goes on, that there's still some influence from them. And even as far as like the September friendlies, I don't know if y'all saw this, the September friendlies for Saudi Arabia are going to be played at St. James's. And like, it's like, bro, St. James's hasn't hosted an international friendly in probably like decades. And all of a sudden now, Saudi Arabia is doing international friendlies in the UK at St. James. It's like it's a lot. It's a lot.
Get money.
I feel like it's crazy to say this. I'm probably gonna get some flack if it gets like, oh, Crunk, do not cut this. I don't want the heat. Which owners are worse? What Chelsea's doing, or Newcastle?
What do you mean? Which owners are worse?
Not worse.
Newcastle's owners are beheading people.
No, not a human rights.
Okay.
But I'm saying like the actual way that the club is, like the football side of things. Yes, we know they get down real dirty over there.
Yeah.
Like Chelsea is more of an affront to me. Like Todd Bowley is just, I'm doing whatever I want, and nobody can tell me anything. FFP what? I don't care. Amortization, I figured it out. Like big YOLO energy. Newcastle, like, no, we're taking this project step by step. Champions League in 2 years. This is beautiful. But yeah, it sucks that it's Saudi Arabia. But like, I don't know, man. It billionaires. I don't know. It doesn't.
That's the ultimate thing for me is that you're not gonna find a morally. Not gonna find a billionaire with morals, because to get to that B, you're gonna have to do some shady stuff. So if you got $1 billion next to your net worth, I'm like, all right, you.
I have questions.
Shoot. All right, back on. We here.
Yeah, got kick off.
Elijah, let me know when you get to 45-30.
I've passed 45-30.
Oh.
I'm at 45. Yeah, I'm at 45-40. Well, now 45-45.
Yeah, I mean, I've been 30 seconds behind, so just gonna keep that vibe. Oh, did he get 2 yellows?
No, he didn't get a yellow for the top one the first half.
No, I mean just now.
Oh no! It just I think they just I don't know why it seemed like that, but
Kicking the ball away.
oh. Okay, offsides.
Good. I haven't even seen it happen yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
That was dangerous.
Yeah, because that was definitely like a foul in the box.
Yeah. I mean, I think Isak was already falling down.
Yeah.
I don't know if it went to VAR. I think I'd be like, that's a questionable, especially after what we saw earlier from.
But I think that the tug on the shirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Roger with the left hand, but just enough where he fell. Like Roger didn't push him. Roger's so good at that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Busquets and Casemiro put together with that. It's like, no, you gonna feel me. Like I ain't gonna get called for it too often. What you got, Eddie? Thank you. Nice header. Good defense.
Ooh. Another block shot.
Oh, I was like, for who?
Y'all see this is real quick. It's a little gap. Y'all see the Fulham news? They just announced Mitrovic to Saudi Arabia.
I tweet it. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it. They got the bag.
Did they say?
They got the bag, but it's just I feel like the same about Brentford losing Tony for half a season. Like if you expect Fulham to repeat what they did last season without their best player, it's
not happening.
Yeah.
No,
especially watching them today, it's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah. But yeah, they play good football. It's just they don't have the quality, and that's really what it comes down to. Because they'll make some good passes, they'll play from the back, and then it's just a player makes a silly pass or they try to do too much and it just falls through. And if you don't have someone like Mitrovic who can just pull goals out of nowhere, it gets real tough.
Yeah.
Elijah, when y'all score, just like celebrate so I know. I don't want to wait.
Well, I mean, Draco Malfoy trying to put a stamp on the game. He's doing some little cheeky 1-2s and stuff, trying to get something.
Yeah, coming out of the half, they've been the aggressor. They've been the better team so far. Coming out of the half,
and I'm sure that's I'm sure he's been yelling at him, at them, and
go. Great ball, Joe Linton. Great decision. The dummy run by Dan Burn was smart. It gave
Well, also, what they're doing, you'll see it in this ball over the top to Holland, is they had Holland double teamed in the first
they
half,
did.
and now they're letting him go 1v1 with Botman.
Yeah.
So that's kind of opened it up a little bit for Newcastle in attack, but I mean, that's always a risk. Like
getting that shot off is crazy, Holland. Like he's so strong.
Yeah. And that's the risk. It's like you let him go 1v1, and he still got the shot off.
And that right there is the difference between like him and like a Harry Kane or somebody who can use both feet pretty well because he didn't want to turn on his right foot. But if he had the space to just go on his right, but he didn't want to. But once he gets the right down, oh my God. God bless us all. Or y'all. God bless y'all. We good.
I am curious because this is just random. Like this is not my take. Someone else said this in one of the group chats I'm in, and it was again. It's after last week's kind of overreaction. Everyone's overreacting in week one, and they were like with Kane out of the Prem, Isak's like top 3 striker in the Premier League, and I don't know. I mean, potential maybe, but
yeah.
Wait, are we saying like striker like classic number 9?
Yeah, classic number 9.
Okay, so we got Holland. And
it's Holland clearly at the top, and it's like I'm guessing like Jesus, but then it's like Chelsea has
no.
I'm just naming nines. I'm not saying who's good. I'm just naming nines.
Oh, are we talking about in the league right
because,
now? Because Tony would be Ivan
exactly.
Tony would be one of those.
And that's what I'm saying. I was like, I'd say Ivan Tony's up there, obviously. And then now with Mitrovic out, I'm like, I guess there's not a lot of true number 9s left. Or just guys we haven't seen that. Like Man U signed that big dude, and I mean he hasn't played yet, so we have no idea what he looks like. And Chelsea still don't have a striker.
Yeah, it's that's accurate. It's Tony, and he's not in the league.
Yeah,
until January. So right now, Isak I would say is the second best number 9 behind Holland. Yeah, and you might have the top 5, and you might have 2 of the top 5 with Callum Wilson. Honestly,
I don't know. What's from Aston Villa?
Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins.
I like Ollie Watkins a lot.
I gotta hold on. Let me look at the standings.
I'm looking at the
table.
But Aston Villa's in 19th. It took a while for me to get there. That's why I didn't see Villa. They were so far down. Burnley, and I was like, oh, I passed them already. Whatever. Nope, they were not. Go different results.
Who's Brighton got as their actual striker right now?
They just run niggas out. It's like Welbeck.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Is it Evan Ferguson? Evan Ferguson?
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah, he don't even start. Danny Welbeck's still getting buckets out here.
Yo, Roy Keane.
That is true. Danny Welbeck.
Did you hear what Roy Keane said about United? He called them the new Spurs. Desperate.
Yeah, he did do that. That's wild.
That's
such a backhanded compliment too to Spurs. It's like, hey Spurs, hey y'all not like to win, and then someone be like, yeah man use the new Spurs. Like, what just happened? A little collision.
That was so good. Ooh, that's just a foot. That's not.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Get up, Big Rude.
See this replay.
That was rude.
Joel Linton.
They're trying to take us out.
He got kicked in the leg. That's Gordon again. Oh no, that's not Gordon. They all so many.
Well, there was Gordon initially, and they both hit the ball at the same time.
Yeah.
But then Joel Linton, that was. I don't know. Joel Linton
a little late.
Joel Linton's got to get a yellow.
Yeah,
he is. He got one.
He had it pulled out before. He's just like, you can roll around all you want, my boy. The second you stand up.
I kind of like the fact that Robert Jones doesn't like he's not super theatrical, right? He just kind of walks over like, card, you did it. You did it.
No, he has the perfect energy for with all the new rules and everything and having to establish control, I guess. He's just calmly and just being like, hey, yo, back off. Give me my space. Here's your card. Let's keep it moving.
We already got 2 minutes of stoppage time after the first 8 because so when that plus 6, 7 comes up, I will not be shocked.
Yeah, and like I said, it looks like Harvey Barnes is about to be the first sub for Newcastle. I'm curious to see what he comes on for.
Yo, a 54th minute sub, Pep would never.
Never. I'll say that Eddie usually doesn't. I mean, there were some
out.
points last season where it was like 85th minute they hadn't made a sub yet, but
Oh,
Look this up. They need a goal.
So going back to this striker conversation, what about Mikel Antonio?
no.
Mikel
What
Antonio
about-
admitted to Callum Wilson on their podcast that Callum's better than him. So
Yeah, we all.
What
see that.
about-
they had a goal bet last season.
What about Calvert-Lewin for Everton?
No.
No,
I
He
need
gets
DCL to stay healthy for.
Yeah.
he can't play more than 20 matches. God bless that tall man.
Are we not
Joe
considering
Winston's
Rashford?
injured, so he's
He's
coming
more
off
of a
as
left
well.
wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not
He
counting
hates that
him.
nine. Especially after watching him
Actually,
try to
probably-
play it. He tried to play it today, and we saw how that
Yeah,
went.
they did both games because they won't play the kid. They need the kid to play. Yeah, it's black men, 2 black men and 3 black men in Holland.
And it's rumored that that Højlund actually has a bad back that they found
Yeah.
in the physical.
physical.
Yeah, that he has a potential like back problem, and they signed him
Aw.
anyway. I'll put all that money on him anyway.
Oh, United doing stupid things. Who would have thought it? Aw.
What about he's different, but Diego Jota?
He's on the fringe, but he's a good player. He's a good baller.
He's really
But
good.
it's just like, are we calling Jota a true number 9?
That's why I said
that
he's
was the
different.
question.
He's different.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking
if you're
like
taking,
true number 9, then you'd have to say Darwin Nunez, which he's
Would be
not
that.
really playing. So
Right.
Yeah, you got it, man. Black
I
men.
think I
out here.
remember when
We got a black ref. We got
Liverpool
4
fans
black
said that-
strikers.
Liverpool fans said that Nunez was the better signing than Holland. Y'all remember that?
I mean, hey,
Remember the
that's
community shield. Ooh. Oh, how the tables.
Oof.
nah, the table's been the
Newcastle
same
made
way
two
they.
substitutions just now.
Who's out, Johnson?
One was tactical and then one's injury sub. So Harvey Barnes came on for I think Anthony Gordon, and then now Joelinton's on.
Yeah.
Joelinton's off for Sean Longstaff.
And he's still
Oh,
hurt.
White Calvin Phillips is
in
on.
that
Let's
clash.
go, White Phillips.
Yeah,
Whoa. Love that guy. He just gives it all first thing, last out.
yeah,
A lot of grit.
yeah. Big grit guy.
Giving everything he has. Intangibles. Mr. Intangibles.
Yeah, exactly.
Sneaky athletic, all of those
yeah,
things.
super athletic. Yeah,
Jim Rat.
All bad.
First
Really
one
like
in,
Scott.
last one out.
yeah.
Like Scott McTominay, right? Like it's the same person. It's just different country of origin.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was a nice lead. Good defense. Way to cover and possess.
Oh, that was a good idea. Haaland was way too fast for that Rodri pass.
Okay, all right. I don't know about that. That being a yellow for first foul.
Ooh.
Pulled him back.
Oh,
The arm.
wow.
And they're really big on that.
It
Yeah, you
looked
can't-
like he was trying to get forward at speed, whether he really was or not.
Yeah. But, I mean, that first challenge already.
It was
Yeah,
like,
it was
just got
soft
on-
for sure. It was soft.
It's where it happened.
Oh, was that it? Well, did he tug Rodri also? Was he the one to chug Rodri? Because there was
No,
someone.
he literally just came on. He just
Yeah.
came on. Yeah.
Well, I meant before all of that, there was
defense.
there was 2 tugs. So I'm not sure if he was someone who if he did both of the pulls because I know he just came
Oh, I
on,
see.
but there was like when they were passing the ball around, I think it was Rodri got pulled down too. So I wonder if he did it twice, and then that's why he got carded.
Good step up. Yep. Let's
That
go.
was a great from Phil. Oh,
Josko's been great. I honestly have forgot he's on the pitch, and that's the best thing I guess you could say to
like
him.
that is the high. Yeah, that's the highest compliment you can pay a defender. It's like, oh, I forgot you were there.
Great defender. Just great. Yeah, y'all are adding up all the stoppage time, Elijah. I see this tactic. You're trying to do Arsenal.
Right?
Hey, I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. It seems like they're very frustrated.
Yes.
Elijah's so calm. I try to get my level. He's like, no, bro. I can't even troll this black man. The oil money's got him feeling different. Well,
Hey, where is
God
that?
dang it.
Oh,
It's a good tackle.
It's a great ball by
That
Phil. My God.
I can't believe that Fabian Scher is still playing this game. It's just wild. It's like that.
Man of
Yeah,
the
the
match.
way he was looking
he
in the
just-
first
and he-
half. Yeah, that was him. That tackle on the same shoulder. Like,
Yo,
yeah,
I repeat, Dan Byrne is in hell.
yeah.
oh, hey, no, he's fine now. I guess I don't know.
Because he trying to hold on the field like his son, like he's trying to chase
Oh.
his kid around the park.
I don't know, that was no, that
He's holding him down like
I don't even know
Elway.
who that was.
Oh wait, get back here. Get back here. Ronnie, get back here.
He did not get the ball. That was a bad tackle.
Jeez.
Break.
Oh my gosh. Phil is eating him up. Yeah, that wasn't a good tackle.
Okay, Miggy, what you got? Nice defense. What a combo. Yasko and Dow Shelton pass. Akanji and Yasko. Love that. Oh, that's so good.
That it's just so much size trying to block you from scoring when you got Josko, Akanji, Diaz, and then you got Rodri coming out of nowhere.
They gave Pep enough time to get Giants. He got the Monstars. All these guys are midfielders playing defender. What? It's crazy.
You know, Charlie, you were talking about like Chelsea like doing the like I'm just gonna like fuck financial fair play. I'm gonna throw all this money. Like the one part that I can respect him at is the women's side, just because like he like it's pretty much like Emma said like I need her, I need her, I need her. And Todd said, "Cool, go get them." And now they have the official Katarina Miracario and Ashley Lawrence. And like that's terrifying.
Yeah, he came in and was like, his first email on day one was, "Send me your Christmas list and we'll get it squared away."
Yeah,
And
Christmas
he's
in
been
July.
getting everybody. I'm like, oh my God, it's actually scary on the women's side how good
Yeah.
they should be on paper.
Yes.
Yeah. Tom, did
Tom-
you see JC go to United?
Yeah, I did see that.
That's gonna be
I wonder if
Yep,
they're gonna.
yep.
I wonder if they're gonna include her in their consultation of the women's team to see if Greenwood should stay.
But it
I-
doesn't affect the decision, Tom.
I was gonna say I feel like it's I was gonna say it doesn't affect the decision at all. It's obvious they're bringing him back.
They're softening the blows. They're getting
Yeah.
it all out, getting the leaks out.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I am gonna say this on the internet. I haven't said this out loud before, and like it's probably a terrible take, but like at least when we had an assaulter on our team, like, and he was like found not guilty, like we, immediately let him go.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
And
I've been thinking that the whole time.
Yeah, and that's why I get so annoyed when people try to bring us into it, because that's what people do. They just like City with Mindy, and it's just like, no. The second that even came out as like a whisper, they sent him away. They were just like, we don't care about any of that stuff. They haven't even
taking City to court.
Yeah, even after the
They-
court, they haven't said anything. They're just like, no, he's dead. To
They
us.
didn't
So,
they didn't even announce his transfer.
Yeah,
Come on.
so it's just like, come on now.
Oh, I see it now.
He's having a rough day.
He is.
You can see the frustration on his face.
No.
But Phil keeps feeding them. Those are great. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Phil's a monster.
He's our expected assist right now. Like I want to see Phil's numbers after the match. His big chances created. His XG from past.
And it's not even
Yes,
that he's not in good spots, because Holland is getting in good spots. He's just not. He's like scuffing the ball,
Yeah,
Right.
just need a little bit faster.
Well,
And
like
that-
Bodman,
or
Bodman
just to
did
slow
get a
down.
touch
Just
on
to
that.
say.
and that's what I was gonna say. I think he
did
just
it?
needs to slow down. Yeah,
Oh, he did. Okay.
yeah. He's just doing like one more touch, or the touch he's doing is a little too hard, or he's figuring it out because it is getting better. It is getting better.
But that Phil's always ready for a ball. Oh, love this guy.
And technically,
I don't
when you
think.
oh, sorry, what were you gonna say, Sharpie?
I was gonna say I don't think Holland's gonna play a better pair of like center backs, like partnership this year. They have such good chemistry. It's a really hard match. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I'm sure Holland himself is comparing to his last season. So if you think about it, he's already so far behind his pace last season, and I'm sure he's aware of that. And City winning all these tight matches, I believe he holds himself to a higher regard.
Ooh.
I was gonna say he heard you, and then he was like, "Okay, let me fix this." Not
He's
quite
right.
though.
He did it.
Not
Oh,
quite.
good save. That was a De Gea save with the feet. That was nice.
But Phil has obviously got the memo. We're creating for
Mhm.
Holland,
Mhm.
and he's got the opportunity to score. Phil's just like, feed that man, keep feeding him, and he will score eventually.
Phil,
Yeah.
Yellow on
Phil is currently playing like I want to be the league leader in assists. Like that is how he is playing because
And I don't ever want to come off the pitch again.
right because he's
Mhm.
like he's giving Holland like these passes that are like perfect.
the
Yeah.
perfect weight, perfect angle. You just got to finish it. Like, Holland, 5 out of 10 today. I
Yeah,
think
he's
that's fair.
figuring it out. 5. Ooh, you're
He's
tough.
missed all his chances. Like,
Oh my
But
god.
he's getting them on
Fatman
goal
has
at
him as a
least.
6'3".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would understand 6 minimum,
I
but
want
no more.
more.
Yeah,
Me, his
that's
standard.
6'5". Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God,
There we go, Mr. Paraguay. Oh, that was a terrible shot. Good God, those tips ain't helping you, dog. Jay-Z Chazé is pissed.
Yeah, and then he even has like a little part in the back where he wanted them to do lines. Also, it's just like, yeah, this is way too much, my guy.
it was like you're doing a lot.
Ooh.
Oh, they're
Oh, that's
oh
the last
wow.
window. It's the last window. Yeah, he's going for it.
And I guess we're saying it's like in sync, but hold on, what is he? Let's say, would it be more? Actually, I don't know, like Menudo and all them, but he's a younger dude, so I don't know what.
Anderson, who is that, Elijah? Who's Anderson?
He's an academy player. He's like the only good academy player that we've had up
Okay.
until this year. And that's actually one thing Newcastle's been doing is just buying academy players from like other teams. They just bought a academy guy from Milan, like an Irish kid. And so because the academy was so bad, because Mike Ashley didn't think that was worth investing in. So yeah, so Ellie Anderson's he's pretty solid. He plays like an 8 or like out wide. And then like in the U23 setup, he was like kind of more of a 10.
Oh my god, this team is crazy. Just playing out from the back the way that they did with Ederson and oh my goodness.
That's why the midfield had to get subbed out. They're tired. They don't run this much. It's like,
Oh no, they run that. They run a
Or
lot.
that's their whole thing. Yeah, Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying run without the ball, like without getting the ball though. It's just running. Like it's not like, oh, we're getting it back. After
They're not
5 seconds.
chasing. They're chasing
Yeah.
today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're also all on yellows.
Mhm.
And they've
That
only
is
subbed
hard
off one
too.
midfielder tactically. They subbed off Tonali, who wasn't looking good and was on a yellow. And then Joelinton got injured. So I don't know if like that's the sub that Eddie Howe wanted to make.
You think about Tonali, he only his first match last week, and he got the first goal. And there was a lot of talk about, oh, he's going to do this. I mean, it was kind of early. Did you feel it was too early to say that about him, or do you think that that's what you expect to see?
I don't know what
one thing
people's
that Jack Grealish is
expectations
gonna
are.
do. It's draw a foul.
I think like Newcastle fans' expectations is that he's going to do what Sean Longstaff did last season for us, which was like box to box engine guy, like pretty physical, but he's just going to be better than him. And so like our expectations were way lower than I'm not really sure what national media was thinking. I think they saw the price tag and they wanted him to come in and be like this creative offensive masterpiece. But like someone said earlier, it might have been you, Charlie, like you recruit for your system. And so like we just upgraded that part of our system. Like he's not really being asked to be this offensive maestro. He's being asked to press, win the ball back, make some runs in the box, all that kind of jazz. So I think he'll be fine. I think this is a tough test to come up against in your second week, but I mean, he's played Champions League, football in Milan for a good bit, so it's not the first time he's come up against a good midfield. And yeah, that Villa midfield's not better than the ones he saw in Champions League for sure.
Yeah, City makes everybody look mortal. It's like
Yeah.
Eventually, you just say, "Oh, this is what they do. Nobody else does this." It's really hard.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, you're playing the best team in the world. It's just that's why everyone's. Oh, here we go.
Can we say the undisputed best team in the world?
Yeah.
With the treble and the Super Cup.
Oh, come on, Rodri.
Damn it.
Oh, wow.
Thank God for Gvardiol.
Yeah.
I thought that was Diaz because Diaz is normally our savior.
He's the last one.
Ooh, good job, Gvardiol. Good job. Rodri said my bad, y'all. Crunk, that was your time talking about.
Yeah. I saw the Rodri thing.
That's a bad one.
Oh, that was a bad one by Rodri.
But give him credit. He immediately put his hand up and was like, my bad. I screwed up. My bad.
Yeah, he knows.
Somebody got to protect Phil.
Diaz was like this.
Why did you? Oh, God.
Forearm shiver.
All right.
To the throat. Come on, man.
No, you can't do that. I mean, credit to Phil for going in, but he should be.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, this extra time is gonna be real. This is gonna be 7.
Oh, I mean, we're looking at least 8 right now.
Because it's been 4 cards this half?
Yeah.
Okay, so he did get carded. I was like, what is he complaining about?
Did he? I didn't see it. Sorry.
Okay, well then, yeah, that's weird. I don't get what he just seemed very.
He did.
He did.
Listed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he's being big whiny right now for nothing.
Yeah, Alvarez got the first yellow in the second half. Then Joelinton, Harvey Barnes, and now Bruno. It's like a yellow every 15 minutes. Every 10 minutes, actually.
How many more weeks do you think it's going to take for the players to make the proper adjustments?
I feel like they're.
I don't think
the new
players.
What?
You talking about City?
No, I'm talking about to the new Premier League rules.
Damn it, Tom.
Oof. I mean, I'd imagine it depends on who you had reffing initially. Like, I think Newcastle players have already adjusted to their new rules. I mean, no one's walking around with fake cards anymore because they got carded for it last week. So I think it's at least a month or so. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some adjustments on there too.
Josko, man, right place,
should
right
be
time,
a parent on the sideline of a youth game. All kinds of fake cards.
Yeah. I hope that, like, honestly, I kind of hope that they institute that for youth soccer.
Right?
Just if the parent gets
starts waving the
yellow card,
just
man. Go card them. Card the parent.
Yeah, you're about to get sent off. That's why if my kid is into football, I'm just going to be the manager, so I can. Yeah.
No, don't do it. That's more stress, bro, because you got to deal with parents having your cell number and all that kind of jazz. Why don't you play my son? We should be running the 4-3-3. Why, like? And you'd be like, man, aren't these kids 5 years old? Doesn't matter.
My kid's a striker. They're 5. They're just on the pitch. They barely know how to kick a ball. What are you talking about? Why do you have my kid playing defense? Because everybody plays defense.
Oh.
Come on.
It's pretty clumsy.
I mean, if it's one thing, like I don't think it's valued enough. Like I would like to see the stats. Like Jack Grealish has to be like the top 10 player
Yes.
fouled in the Premier League.
Yes. That's what I
I
love
know he
about
is. No,
always be.
I
He
think I'm pretty
always
sure
was.
he's
Yeah.
number one.
He's
He might
always-
be number one.
even in his Villa days, he was up there.
No, when he was at Villa for sure, I know he was the most fouled player in the
It was
Prem
by a
because
lot.
it was always the fun fact for like Fought Mob every time we played them was like Jack Grealish leads the Premier League and being fouled.
Yeah, no, I love the dude. And that's what annoys me when people are just like, what does he do? And I'm like, he comes in clutch in the moments when we need it, when we are struggling to get control. He earns a foul like
Get
this
that
and
ball over the top of
gives
that.
us a chance to potentially score or at least keep the ball where we
Like,
want to keep it.
Keep everything calm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He is Tranquillo.
I feel like there's going to be a late goal, like in this one. Like it feels like it's going to be like an 80th minute goal for Newcastle or an 80-minute goal for Man City.
Yes.
Like, which is a ridiculous thing to say, but it feels like it could go either way. Is kind of what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yeah.
It feels like
Yeah.
there's another goal in this.
No, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, I had to check to see what the time was because I know you're ahead of
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
So like, is he telling us that in the 80th minute there's already going? Like, no, he's like 5
No,
minutes
no.
ahead. He's not 5 minutes ahead.
I'm in the future.
But I had to question it because I was like, yeah, I had to question it because I was like, wait a minute, hold on. These are the
Man.
types of matches where we give up one shot. It's
it's the
yeah,
goal.
yeah, and then we end up dropping points for no reason.
Did you see that stat that came across that a third of the goals we give up is in the final 15 minutes of a match?
I did not see that, but I'm not surprised.
They said at least for last season, that's what happened. But I mean, it also makes sense because a few of our games we did have them kind of like done and finished.
It's just like, yeah, it's one of those stats that needs a context where it's like, all right, well, how many of those last minute goals resulted in City dropping points?
Right.
Or is it just an arbitrary stat?
Yeah, should have had like a double stat under it.
Yeah.
They've lost those many of those matches.
The good thing is, if we did give up a goal in the 80th minute, there's going to be at least probably an extra 10 at the end. So we'd still have almost 20
Yeah,
minutes.
that's true.
We'd have almost 20 minutes to catch
That's
up.
true.
Yeah, this extra time is going to stress me out.
Oh,
Oh, jeez. It's a good tackle. Grealish on Almiron on crime. The rivalry ensues.
Ooh. Dan Burn finally won a
Ooh.
tackle. Man, that should have released Talon sooner.
Ooh. Ooh.
There we go. Kill him, Grealish! Kill him!
Oh.
Let's go, Phil.
Fabian.
Send it!
Chair.
I think Alvarez could come off, and not because of anything he's done. He could just use the energy and get him off in a high note.
But if you bring him off, who do you bring on?
yeah. That's
I guess
my
I didn't.
problem.
I guess I didn't see our bench. I did hear that it's not the best, and people are
There's
like,
no
what do you feel
Bernardo.
about that?
You can bring on one of the kids.
Yeah, I guess that's what we'd
You
have.
just
to
have
do.
to bring on someone that won't make a mistake.
And that's why,
Depends
like,
on what you're trying to do.
and that's why, like, I feel like if we do make a sub, that's why. If we were to make a sub for Alvarez, it would be Rigo.
Yeah, because he can play in that
Okay.
midfield role. I was gonna say that would be an opportunity for Calvin Phillips just because it's another
would be.
midfielder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh,
wow.
And Newcastle still has the ball on my stream.
No, don't worry. They have the ball in my stream too. So
Yeah.
Well, the difference is your stuff has already happened, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Holland's kind of struggling to figure out the pace of the ball today.
I really feel like it's the rain.
You definitely gonna have to watch this match again.
I think that's DT3 saying
It
that the
is.
bench looks light.
Yeah,
I agree. It
Yeah,
does look
it
very
is.
light, but
that's why I didn't push it. I just got quiet. I looked at that bench and I was like, "Yeah, no, keep Alvarez on."
but this is
nice.
to Charlie's point. This is an opportunity for Cole Palmer to get big crunch minutes. And
Cole
especially
Palmer
after
isn't a pause person though. He's not really a
no, but I don't know that we have that on our bench necessarily. Maybe you could say Oscar Bob, but I wouldn't put him on. I think that's a bit much for a young academy kid right now.
A lot of
I mean, also, I think the other thing is because it's different for each club, how the season starts off. Is it too early in the season for you to justify not subbing people off because maybe everyone's not back in the best shape and all that kind of jazz, or is it it's early in the season, they should be able to play the full 90 plus?
Well, we just played a match midweek,
so
to me, I would bring on. I would take if we're going to take off Alvarez. If that's who we're going to take off, then I would bring on Cole Palmer. I think he's a like for like, maybe not exactly the same type of game, but position wise, attacking player. I would make that move.
Yeah, it's just I don't. It's just it feels like the longer you leave people on, you get tired legs, and that was the strong suit of Newcastle last season was. Eddie Howe's a fitness maniac, so he's got him doing the pacer test every week. So
yeah, I remember that being the thing when Eddie Howe first came in, and then you guys were struggling a little bit, and they were like, Eddie Howe's overworking our players.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just started.
I don't know if it was from the Newcastle fans because Steve Bruce was literally straight up canceling training sessions. We'd lose. Crazy. All right, we don't have to have training on Monday, and it's
bench is so light. Pep is talking to the fans, trying to get the fans to come down and play. Anybody out there is a right winger, come on down.
DT3 asked, "Do we think Sergio Gomez gets more looks this season?" I hope so.
Sergio Gomez is also in the same category as Calvin Phillips, and he is a vibes guy. The only difference between he and Calvin Phillips, honestly, is just the fact that Calvin Phillips is English, and so he takes up one of the English spots.
I think if we bring off Jack, then maybe he comes in on that left winger position.
I could see that.
He's not coming in as a defender. He's not coming
in
as a defender.
Well, yeah. No, I do agree with that. Okay.
I could see that because you see some of the times that Jack Grealish has dropped so deep. I think that would be suited to what Sergio Gomez could give you.
These giant double advertising boards are crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. I just noticed that. You said giant, and I'm like, oh, the advertising boards are huge.
You can see the line through them. They're literal double boards. I've never seen this before in my life.
Hey, man, you gotta get that money.
No, they're flexing it.
Yeah.
And I've seen that it's so nice that they'll have multiple layers. So you see Rexona, but then you see Puma behind, and they'll change. So they're advertising multiple things. It's just like, oh my goodness. Get money. Boom, 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 get money. Oh.
Kovacic has been so good this match.
Mm-hmm. And because of his calming quality, that is really what's going to allow Bernardo to play up on the right wing because Bernardo was that calm person that would play next to Rodri that could help bail him out of tense situations, and Kova is doing this beautifully.
The problem is not problem, but him playing with Rodri means he's not spelling Rodri, giving Rodri a break. And again, we already talked about Calvin, but if Calvin can just destroy and let Kovacic create, maybe he can. I don't know. Pep doesn't seem to be too keen on that though.
Yeah, because the only thing about that would mean that Calvin would be the free position in it then. Because in order for you to destroy, you have to have the leniency to kind of go and destroy, and that means leaving openings.
Oh, wow. Livermento's coming on for Almiron. So that's interesting. Livermento's playing, I guess, right mid.
Mm.
Are they going to push Trippier up?
I would be surprised if they do because, I think it's easier to tell a young player to just
get forward,
press, win the ball back, put in the ball in versus like, hey, we need you to step into the back line that's already having to deal with the best attack in the league and in probably the world. And then one thing of note is like Jacob Murphy usually would have been the sub here for Newcastle, but for Almiron. But apparently I think he's it's only described to me as his Instagram story is him in a dark room watching the game. So I think I'm assuming his wife is pregnant or something like that. Like he's missing the game for that.
Mm.
But yeah, there's no like injury report, like nothing like he was injured in training. So it must be for personal reasons. And hopefully it's something like that.
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you guys were joking about Pep seeing who wants to come onto the bench. It was actually someone giving Pep a hard time, and he was telling the person to take his spot. Wow, that's crazy.
That's insane because you're winning.
I was trying to say that, but my mic wasn't working.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
like, this is hilarious. No, you're fine. No, I couldn't know earlier. My mic just stopped working.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's great. Pep is out here, man. He's doing both. Entertaining
Oh,
fans.
yeah. Oh, man, he was So I was recording my part for Troubadour de Pep, and there are moments where I didn't even have to say anything because Pep just was like out loud about when he's talking about the Saudi money, and it's just like, bro, you just gotta let that just sit.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, but sure.
Oh, he basically just like everybody wants to talk bad about Saudi until Saudi comes, and then they open up their doors, give them a red carpet. Anything you want from Saudi, anything we can do for you, Saudi, they're very welcoming. So he's just like, people just need to shut up, basically.
Oh, I'll say this. People talk bad about Saudi. There's no Western country that is reprimanded Saudi Arabia for anything, and there's no business that has like that because they already know follow the money. Like it's only people like us who have no financial influence.
He didn't see it coming. He didn't see Kyle.
Wow. Is there a reason why you didn't give there? Wow,
Kyle was coming from behind him.
Yeah, Kyle. He made a Kyle sprint and he wasn't ready for it. He didn't know.
It's like either you got to call it out, I'm coming with the overlap or something.
It's not Phil's fault. That was okay. Like that's a good shot. It just got blocked again.
That's crazy. He didn't give it to Grealish. They must have acknowledged that it's not Grealish's day.
Well, I was surprised that you talking about Alvarez or Foden? I thought Alvarez could have made that pass.
Yeah, Alvarez. Yeah, talking about Alvarez at the beginning when they were running off the pitch.
Okay, we got about let's say we got 11 minutes left. Yeah. Are we going to get any subs?
No. Actually, I
So
lied.
my
In
issue.
the 5th minute of extra time, Pep is going to make
Yeah,
a
man,
couple.
Foden
Only
all over
Ake's the
stuff
only
like
one.
that.
Ake's the only one that'll get off.
I can see
That'll
that.
come on to
Ah!
make this solidify.
Oh,
Yeah, Foden doing his thing.
But even that was created by they switched roles. Holland played that ball into him.
Did Pope touch it? Okay. Oh man.
But my issue, not an issue, but if I'm Pep, you can't complain about having the midweek game, not getting it pushed back, and then not make at least a sub. If you're concerned about the players' health and safety.
It's just the
have you
talk.
seen his
It's just
have you
talk.
seen his movies? Like we've all seen his movies. Like this is what he does.
What's Musa on Stadio said? Stadio always like, we knew what this was. We knew what this was. He is who he is. I'm glad I'm not on Twitter doing this match.
That
You
is
see it again.
gonna over under 72 minutes, and honestly, we might need to bump it up to over under.
We can bump it up to
76
80.
minutes. Like for real.
Let's go 80.
It's
Let's
like,
just make it a fun game,
yeah,
at least.
what are you doing?
Yeah, people, we need the ball.
Oh wow, okay.
How much
I just saw
extra?
the added time.
How much?
How much?
5.
Wow.
Only
Let's
5?
go.
Yeah, so, this
Let's
ref
go.
clearly
I'm not
wasn't paying
complaining.
attention to the rules. He was
Yeah.
like,
No,
nah,
no, well, like
fine.
okay, what time is it in Manchester right now? Like it's what?
10 something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
But no,
That man
almost
Go
10.
to
No,
bed.
it's
It's
almost-
9:52.
that man wants to go home. That man
Yeah.
wants to go home, get his tea, get in his slippers. He's like, no, and it's because he's like, he's right. No, like we
Yeah.
keeping this moving.
He already
He has
looking
an
forward to
11
that
o'clock.
post game meal they got for him in the little refs locker room. They got prepared
Yeah.
for
That's a very small jersey that man has.
He loves those.
him. Yeah.
I wish I was that fit.
Who's this?
That man in the
Oh no,
crowd
that
just
fan.
Oh,
I have a
Yeah.
feeling that there's like nothing to that man, Charlie. Like
That was a kid's. That was a kid's jersey.
yes,
That was not an
that
adult small.
that man is probably like 5'6". Like
I could bench press him. That's crazy. 5 minutes? What? Oh my god! Are we really about to do this, y'all? 1-0. My score prediction might be right. Oh shit.
I'll take it.
Me too. 3 points with 5 players out, basically. Let's go. Now I would just kind of make a sub just to waste the time, Pep. Like
Yeah.
Unless
that's-
Ake has
at
a
this
knock.
point, now that you know it's only 5 minutes, make a sub at the 92nd minute.
because we have all 3 windows. Just
Yes.
every time the ball
Yeah.
goes out, make a sub.
They'll just add that time on according to the new rule.
According to the
we'll
new
see.
rule, let's chance it. Let's see.
I don't know. According to this ref's watch, he trying to go the fuck home.
Yeah, man, say yeah.
Robert Jones.
The ref already ignored that rule.
He's like,
Hey,
no,
Rob
we
said I'm
go.
tired, boss. I mean, realistically, each card was like 30 seconds, I guess, and that's 2 minutes. 'cause it's 4
Oh,
cards.
they just put up a stat with all the goals Man City scored versus Newcastle at home all time. It's 48-7.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness.
That's insane.
Why do people run away like they didn't foul? Come on, Bruno. You know what you did. Stop lying.
You just
Soccer
don't want your
players-
number to
'Cause
be
it's on-
anywhere in the
Because it's on a yellow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why he ran
Visual.
away.
And then you even get the ball.
We haven't
I'll
seen
take
any,
this.
like,
If it ends
bad
this
times.
way, we go 6 points from 2 matches. Perfect.
No KDB, no Bernardo.
Yeah.
This is a great win.
No stones.
And
No
this is
stone.
a big opponent, Champions League, opponent, which is
Right.
something I got to get accustomed to or adjusted to, because you're used to thinking about, the Big Six. It's not a Big
Yeah.
Six club. Well, it actually is, because
are now.
some of the Big Six aren't the Big Six anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is like just top half versus bottom half in the Premier League now. Like I think the
Yeah.
talent is so like
Yeah,
clubs have
it's-
gotten better,
Yes.
and it's just like you're a top 10 or
Holland doing his job, holding up the ball in the corner.
This how you- this
He
why
might be
stays
the
on-
best one at this.
He's so good because he knows how to kick and jump out of the way. He
And
laughs.
he takes he takes joy from it.
Yes, he
He's
does.
like, ha, ha, off of you. Holland is funny.
Him and Phil were going crazy with this. Oh, Jack has a calf to do it. He replaced
Come
Phil
on, we
with
need
someone.
some too short energy in here. Blow the whistle, Rev.
Blow the whistle.
That's a good call, Crunk. I didn't know
That
where
was
we were
good.
going with that. Like Central Energy at a time like this. Why do we need the Bay Area right now?
Like, I didn't know he was getting hyphy in this bitch. What?
We're getting hyphy. Go dumb, go stupid. What's E40? All right,
It's all the
last
same thing.
minute. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not get messed up, guys. Come on. Don't get caught out. Take a yellow if you need it.
Yeah, tell him, Pep, slow your roll, slow down.
Control. Nice.
Hmm.
21-1-1 in our previous
And that was
23 home
that
matches.
that Brentford match. That was like, I think that was a fucked up match because it was like a getaway day match
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it was
for the
like right
World
before
Cup.
the World Cup.
Didn't count.
Pep was so
That
mad.
was
He did
a
not
we
want that
don't
to happen.
care.
Yeah.
I think when we were recording, we were like, everybody was just like, nah, I'm saving myself for the World Cup. I ain't gonna get hurt.
Yes.
Not getting hurt. Oh, okay. Thanks to one football. Game's over. All right. Cool.
I
See,
still
what
have
happened.
1 second on my
Twitter.
Yeah.
It said
Yeah,
full
I
time.
just got the Man City app notification.
Yeah, the
so I was like,
notification came through.
I was like, oh well, we're good.
All right. 6 points from 6.
I'll take it. 6.
Damn right.
So like, I know
Brighton
Elijah, I
was
know you
first.
guys lost the match, but like to go on the road to City and like only lose 1-0, like, do you take any encouragement from that?
I mean, I do because like the last time that game felt, especially down the stretch, it felt closer than
Right.
it definitely did to start off with. But like we were saying, I mean, the last time we went to the Etihad, I mean, I think everyone last season remembers the draw at St. James. It was really exciting stuff in the beginning of the year. That was a
Right.
fun match. But then like when we went back there to the Etihad in March, we lost 2-0, and it's like, you know, it wasn't that close. Like it was very much like, you know, we were in that Champions League push. You know, every other team were dominating against all that other stuff, and then we got to Man City, and it was more like this. It wasn't as drastic as this, but it was like, no, this team's just really good, and they're a class above where Newcastle are. And I mean, you could make a really strong argument that it's not Bayern levels of Bayern being so much better than the rest of the Bundesliga, but it does feel like there's Man City, and then there's like the rest of that upper half of the table, and they're just a step above everyone. So it's not much you can really do there. And then you look at the goals scored, and it's like they're like, what do you do? What do you do about that? Like one shot on target or a couple shots on target, and that's the goal that gets scored. It's not like you got sliced open for it. It just is what it is. Take that in stride.
Yeah.
Right.
Who y'all got next week? Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool without McAllister. So we'll see.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah.
home for us.
2 things. Tarek, your whole sub 30 goals allowed by City this season, it's holding up. We haven't allowed a goal at all, and we are
Actually,
once
I think
again-
that was Tom.
Oh,
or
Tom?
or Charlie, somebody.
No, that was a host. That was a guest. Remember?
Oh.
That was a
Oh yeah, that was
Bitter and Blue. I'm sorry, that was Saul.
Oh, that's
Saul.
Saul.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
it was Saul.
Saul.
Saul's
Yeah.
a good dude, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
So-
would take credit for it because it's a great call, but
yeah.
you know.
I'll have to give him a shout out about that. And then
That's
second,
a great prediction. Yeah.
And then again, we are first, but second and first because of goal difference, because Brighton put it to Wolves. So that's fun.
Brighton has scored 4. It was 4-1 in both games, I think. First
Mhm.
and second matches, 4-1.
Yeah.
They're doing what you're supposed to do, beating up on bad teams.
Yeah.
Hey Elijah, what's your Twitter, bro?
So
Oh, at Elijah_Newsom.
Oh, that's all.
all right, cool.
Yeah, straight up.
Boom.
It's pretty easy.
Gotcha. Syracuse alone. Whoa, we were royalty. I didn't even know. Oh,
Man, don't even give me that. Nah,
Come on, bro. That's crazy.
that's the pass.
5 years ago, dog. We here now.
Good.
So you went to
Wait,
Syracuse?
what?
I did go to Syracuse, yeah.
So tell me this. When I was a kid, Syracuse got the information from them or whatever. I did not go because I heard that y'all had like tunnels to go underneath from building to building. So because y'all know it's gonna snow so much
Yeah.
that y'all had to they built tunnels. I was like, oh, I can't go nowhere where they gotta, no, I don't care how deep the snow is, you gonna get your butt to class. I was like, nah, that's too.
I would say so the it's exaggerated. Like there's tunnels that exist, right? But they're not like that. It's mostly like if you have a residential hall and you have a dining hall right next to it, like it's like go into the basement and then be able to walk down a hallway and then come up the stairs. You're in the dining hall. So that's what it's like. Actually, I was an RA there, and the building that I was in our little tunnel, there was a convenience store. So you go down there, there's a convenience store and a snack bar that you could buy stuff from and all that good stuff on the way to the dining hall or on the way to the other residential building. But yeah, the snow ain't that. Hey, when I tell you Halloween, October 31st, first snowfall, and then snow will be on the ground until probably like the last week of April. Like it snowed the week of my graduation. It was Mother's Day weekend. It snowed that week and then melted by the end of the week. So
that is not no place I want to
No,
be.
yeah, not.
I was,
for me.
yeah. It was tough. I mean, I'm from Atlanta, so like it was definitely a shock. But like being on campus the whole time, I'm not gonna say I didn't like feel like it definitely would have been worse if I was living off campus because you'd have to like walk, a few blocks to class, and once you're on campus, you're good. I mean, like it took me 7 minutes to walk to class, so I'm never really in the snow that long. So, but yeah, no, it was, yeah, they were going out at night. That was rough. I mean, that was rough because you gotta take into consideration because we didn't have Uber there until like my senior year. You gotta take into consideration you gotta walk somewhere, so it's gonna be cold. But then, like when you get there, it's gonna be hot, like party, bar, whatever. So like. And so, I mean, you have to make a decision. Do I risk losing my jacket or do I just, or am I just cold? Yeah, walk in the cold. Yeah.
Who was the Thomas that a hoe never gets cold? Who's that?
Hey, I tell you, from working the front desk and seeing people on the way out, seeing the way some of these folks was dressed, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know we could wear a bikini top. It's 25 degrees out, but you know what? You do you.
Listen.
That's
That's
Charlie, you are absolutely correct. A hoe never stays cold. Never stays cold.
Yeah, it was dope though. Yeah, and it's fun. I worked soccer there.
Tom, I'm not trying to like call you anything, but just the way that you said it, it's just like.
What you trying to say, Crunk?
I'm gonna let y'all read into it what y'all want to read into it. Like I'm just saying, a hoe never stays cold. That's absolutely correct.
Crunk was asking you without asking you if you knew that from experience.
That's
what I heard.
But I didn't
that's
want
what
to
I was hearing.
I was inquisitive. we're still getting to know
I'm like,
each other.
Man, you gotta have some respect for your co-host.
I do. That's what I'm trying to say. I can know.
I think that my interpretation was like, oh, does he know that from experience? Oh, does he need to refer some people to Tom? Like, oh, does Tom need to say Tom's DMs are always open? Like that's why I interpreted that. So
I thought Tom would get the pop culture reference.
That's exactly what I was doing. Best wingman. I'm always here for you, Tom Bomb.
I appreciate that.
Don't let Tarek try to stir things up.
No. And I appreciate where Tarek was coming from too. He was like, I'm not sure if that's the type of energy that Tom really wants to let out. So like, I'm like, you know, when you
can't be revealing.
Exactly. Like when you had what did my therapist like? We can hold two opposing things that seem opposing at once, and so like that is just the dialectic of our podcast group.
I love you guys. On that note, I gotta go.
We can.
At Sharpie Charlie.
I couldn't check the whatever it is, the YouTube, but anybody that was joining with us, appreciate you out there. DT3, thank you for jumping on with us. Really
Elijah,
appreciate
thank
that.
you so much for
Yes,
joining
sir.
us. Like,
Oh
it
yeah.
was a
No,
great time.
anytime you want to talk, I'm
Much
here. With
appreciated. Had a
Oil
great
Nation's
time
got to
with you,
stick
man.
together.
Yeah, that's right. The
Yeah,
you know,
baby.
oil money bros.
Yeah,
Play that
oil
Ron
money.
Browns. We getting
Yeah,
A.
we gotta get like an oil barrel to just ship to whoever wins the matches.
That's fantastic. I'm all
Oh,
for it.
Yeah,
We all
It's just
got
a
we
it.
gotta do
gas
something.
pump.
Yeah, you gotta do something. Yeah, a gas pump. Yeah,
Like the little gas can. That's all we got to
Yeah.
do. Just a little gas can.
all right. I'm gonna
All
see
right,
what I
man.
can
Y'all
work
be
out
good,
for
bro.
the next one. All right.
yeah.
Well, we are
Appreciate
Team
y'all.
Blue.
Yeah.
This is Coming Home Newcastle. See you, everybody.
Love you.